Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Dark Heresy Whispers of the Eye. I am going to be your game master tonight. My name is Dylan, and welcome to our show. This is our third recording that we've been following our group of newly inducted acolytes on their very first mission to the agri-world of Altheus. Speaking of acolytes, let's have them introduce ourselves. Let's start with Spaz.
Hello everybody, I'm Spaz. I'm currently playing Lothos, the Adaptus Ministorum assassin. And I'm here to kill heretics and spread the faith of the God Emperor to all that are willing to listen. And if not, dealing with those that refuse him.
As you should. All right. Modius.
I am Brian. I am playing Modius, this guy right here, if you're watching. He is the navigator for the group so that once we get off this godforsaken world, hopefully we can go somewhere better, and I'll be the one getting us there. Until then, I like to shoot stuff with small guns.
And possibly go a little bit crazy time to time.
And fuck with witches.
We came out on top. We may have got lucky. Who knows?
You got very lucky, I'll tell you. Right. You were extremely
literally
lucky.
Came out on the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, he didn't even see the witch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Weapons.
Yeah, speaking of which, let's go over to Dukes.
Hey everybody, I'm Joe. I will be playing Phalos, a tech priest from the Adeptus Mechanicus, pleasing to be the instrument of the Omnissiah's will in his holiest of orders.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Wolf.
Right, so my name's Zach, and I'm going to be playing Barbosa. We ain't got time for none of your mess, right? We go to get in, we go to get out, and we're going to make all the money we're going to do. We're going to go, we're going to talk to him, we're going to get it done, right? That's what it is.
Right.
Okay. So, before we start, again, this is our last pre-recorded stream. Next week, we will hopefully, like 70% sure, be live streaming. 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, probably till about 11 Pacific Standard Time. We might go a little more, a little less, depending on the story. Who knows? Check us out. Check out our Discord. We have our own channel there. We'll keep you updated with the Warband's progress, a little snippets from the show. We just recently dropped their upgraded sort of tactical map that they got in the very first session and now has been filled in with all of the military intelligence and knowledge of the city that they are assaulting.
Looks amazing, too.
Thank you. We also have a little sneak peek from time to time of what's to come in their travels. And yeah, hopefully you guys will check that out. But if there's nothing else, let's get started. So last time, our warband, having dropped into the besieged city of Altheus, upon the heretical planet of Altheus, they were escorted via Valkyrie dropship to a primary drop site outside of the city. They had planned on going in with a Cadian auto carriage that they had acquired from the stores of the ship bay. They then completed their drop, made their way towards the city, saw some weird shit, dealt with some heretics, and found themselves surrounded by a group of Catachin commandos. The commandos, fortunately, had already been spoken to by Inquisitor Balthazar, and they were expecting the warband. They gave them a little bit of knowledge about the area, psychic miasma having permeated and trapping everyone who entered in there. Strange mutants and effects also permeated the area, making travel completely baffling and navigation almost impossible. The navigator, however, seeing a flow in the trails of corpses strewn throughout this part of the city, quickly zeroed in on a abandoned hab unit, which through Auspex scans and general scouting of the area, and just a general vibe check, just decided that that's where the witch was. Most of the party, Lothos, Modius, and Phalos, tried to go back to get the commandos because they decided that why not just blow the whole goddamn thing up. On their way back, they encountered some warp trickery, some of them succumbing to the influence and illusions beset upon them, Lothos remaining true. Meanwhile, Barbosa hung out, had a few cigarettes, and watched the building. The party decided, fuck that, turned back and decided to fight the witch themselves. Before ascending the Hab unit and meeting the witch, the majority of the party decided to let the tech priest bless their weapons and cybernetics, which took quite a long time. The witch got bored and came down to try and get a sneak attack on them. Unfortunately, he inflicted perils of the warp, failed to manifest his psychic power, and escaped, catching a quick gunshot wound from Barbosa. The warband instantly followed suit and charged up the stairway to confront him, and through the sheer unluckiness and maybe even just fate of those who succumb to the influence of the ruinous powers, the witch opened a rift to the warp and was dragged into it. So the party didn't technically kill the witch, but he's also no longer an immediate problem, thus fulfilling one of their secondary objectives, which was to assist the Imperial Guard. The party then left and began heading back towards the Catachin Commandos. Now that the psychic miasma has dissipated from the area and the sort of sensory confusion has faded, you all are able to quickly sort of pinpoint where you are and begin walking back. It is getting dark. It's almost full dark at this point. And you guys are feeling the stress of the day because this morning is when you first stepped foot on the Inquisitor ship. And you've gone through all of that. It's just, taken this supreme weight of responsibility and influence on, been dropped into a city, killed some people, fought a witch, almost got blown up. Some of you got your mind fucked with. It's been a day. But you're making your way slowly back to where you believe the Catachin Commandos were instructed to watch over your vehicle by Phalos, who invoked the power of the Inquisition, pretty much forcing the Commandos to do whatever you say. So, as you all walk down the street, we have actually added a little bit of art. So, to give you guys a representation of what the world has looked like, this is basically pre-heresy Alpheus. A sort of blend of wood and obviously futuristic construction, although very green. The Myers of the area, there's floating cities. And this is more towards the center of the city where it is most built up and industrialized. You guys are in the outskirts and sort of slums of the city at the moment, which post-heresy are gonna look a little more like this.
That's more like what I was picturing.
Yeah, that's basically what you guys are seeing around you at the moment. Very rundown, swampy, dark, rainy. It's hot. Think like
Detroit.
Think like New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
That's basically the vibe. Only witchier.
And how long was our trek from the Commandos to the point? That was a couple hours-ish, I think, was it?
Originally, it took you only like 20 minutes.
Oh.
But you tried to go
long.
back, and then, well, that's what you thought it would take. The miasma
Right.
had affected your sense of distance and travel and things like that. So you're really not too far away. But as you did that, so traveling out, I'd say it probably took you about half an hour to get to the Hab unit. After that, it probably took you another half hour going back and dealing with all the warp shit and the fountain and the bodies. Came back, another half hour. We're like 15 minutes, so we're at 2.5 hours-ish. Then the assault, the blessings, all that. So it's been about 4 to 5 hours, I'd say, since you left the commandos with the Acadian auto carriage.
Not bad amount of time, kill a witch. It's a quick job.
That to go faster than I expected. Although I don't know what I did expect, to be honest.
You gotta expect the unexpected. That's what I always say.
That's fair. Speaking of unexpected, it's dark now.
Why
This
is that
usually
unexpected?
happens after light.
Right. That leads me to my next question. Should we continue back to the commandos? Find our vehicle? Should we, say, hop in that decrepit-looking shithole of a building and maybe try and find somewhere to rest? Do you guys sleep? How's that work?
I
I'm,
only
look,
get sleep.
I'm looking at the tech guy with.
Yeah, people do still sleep.
I don't know that.
No, yeah.
Well, at least I don't know. This is a new brand of companions compared to what I'm used to seeing.
I do in fact require sleep. We should be getting back to auto carriage.
I do agree with it. Mechanicus over here.
Good.
And plus, I don't really see the point of sleeping considering we have not done much yet today.
Really?
We've done quite a bit if you look at the scale of the events, but when it comes to our overall actions, I feel like we can go on for quite a bit longer.
We have done very little in finding Lady Britios.
Indeed.
Now, as you guys have gone through the data slate, and I did say there was a brief profile on there regarding Lady Brigio. I guess I'll get screens and ignore what you see. You did estimate a area where you believe her to be. This is essentially the center spire of the city. It's almost within, it is actually within the bastion walls, which are this sort of very large defensive wall that goes around the city. This is not a new addition. The base of it is very old, from what you understand, and it has just been added on throughout the years. So at the core is probably like this, very historic sort of cobblestone fence, essentially, that has been built into this massive defensive wall. The Imperial Guard forces have attempted to punch through to the east where they're doing their bombing. That's where their initial assault into the city failed. That's why they have retreated and instead commenced fucking the place over with artillery. I will say also, for the purposes of travel, 1 grid square is 1 square kilometer. So you're still a few kilometers away from the area where Lady Brigio is. As you get into the middle of the city, you'll see rising spires, and the buildings get taller and taller until there's the main central spine of the city, sort of reaching up into the low-hanging clouds that are still letting out this very sort of depressing, constant drizzle and patter of rain that is just, it's not refreshing rain either. It's hot. It's like a lukewarm shower.
Okay then.
We
Seems
are
like
not
still-
so far that we could not at least make way to center of city.
Yes, I'd rather get out of this place at this point.
We know what to expect when we get closer to the city. Clean
would assume-
streets.
I would assume heretics is the best assumption we can get.
We were just having this conversation. You gotta expect the unexpected.
You're right.
Well, in this case, the unexpected would be a warm bed.
It's probably a bed around here.
It's probably better.
Not crawling with heretics. So,
Yeah.
so.
Just brush them off like bed bugs.
I don't know, how
Like
big is the
bed
car?
bugs.
The car is like an old like Packard, like those old sort of mafia looking, low slung, like Batman the animated series cars.
Then I will not tell you you can lay down in the car. That's not super
He
feasible.
might fit in the trunk.
I'm
might.
almost certain there is room for body in trunk.
There might be a body in the trunk. You don't know.
Have we checked it?
You
That
have
is
not
good
checked the trunk.
information.
You have not checked the trunk whatsoever.
Turns
Oh
out
look,
there's
I
like a
opened
nuke in there.
trunk. Witch-seeking missile is just right here. Why did we not use?
There's like a fucking
Yeah.
Astartes Warhammer in there.
A whole nother Inquisitor just in there.
A whole Inquisitor
just like
pops out like, whoa!
There's
I'm
like
here to
a
help.
man in
I'm
here
here
for
to help you.
fucking
Go this
days.
way.
Balthazar!
Just takes out like a dueling pistol and shoots at the building. Like, yep, killed her. Mission complete. No, we're
Okay.
supposed to get her.
Later and passes back out.
Or like there's a demon trapped in the trunk and this is
Maybe. You don't know.
you
Could be why
open
the
it
car
up and
has so
it's
much
like
personality.
exactly, it's demonically possessed. You open it up, it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Old
fact that
saying,
you
do
just
not.
the fact that you just insinuated that a Cadian auto carriage could be possessed by a demon, I literally want to give you like corruption points.
I'm
but
not in
not.
character.
You fuck.
Nice.
Do not look gift car in trunk. Let us just begin.
Do not.
Look, gift car and trunk.
I think that's what you're supposed to do when you buy a
Yeah.
car. I don't know. Hey, okay. So you guys are just making your way back. Are you
Yeah.
being tactical, semi-tactical?
I'm Batman.
Definitely, yeah, being tactical.
Oh yeah, you're Batmaning across the roofs again.
hmm And I now have cat fall, so even if I fall off the roofs, I'm cool.
Question: Who has who has photon visors and who doesn't?
I do.
I definitely don't know where you guys got photon visors from.
Not a photon visor. I do have, what is it?
The photo lenses,
Photo lenses, yeah. Well, wait.
the super high-speed
Yeah.
eye ink plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I have.
They're cybernetic that you can get. It's basically like
Mm.
James Bond contacts. Do you have a light source, Zach?
I got my glow sticks.
So you have something that can light a cigarette. Go ahead and roll a D100.
Starting the day off right.
left your bag inside the
I
house.
want you, Barbosa,
I'm Batman. I can see
Batman,
Batman.
Witch Hunter, Slayer of Demons, to make an acrobatics check.
Luckily, I am proficient in this.
It's minus 20.
Flat roll then, or no? I'm plus.
The
10,
second
so it'd
tick
be
is plus
minus
10.
Yes, I'll be minus. Do I have anything special? Hang on, let me. I forgot to put in.
You have a fucking cybernetic eye, don't you?
No, I have a cybernetic
cybernetic
arm.
arm.
Oh,
I should have gone for the eye. I was trying to be Kano in space.
always gotta go for the eye.
Hang on one second. I want to see if.
Wait, every single goddamn commissar is missing an eye because there's like, fuck that. I want to see in the dark.
You say that, but I looked at the whole list of cybernetics and I was like, I want all of it.
I want all of it.
I
Isn't
want it
that
all.
Isn't that a Mechanicus in a nutshell? It was like, I want it all.
He's like a fucking frat boy at a like Bugatti dealership.
I'm gonna catch them all. You wait.
Two baleful
So-
eyes.
I just wanted to. So, Catfall says he also adds plus 20 to his acrobatic skill test when using the jump special use as it pertains to reducing damage from falling. Oh, so that's the special. Never mind.
You might need that in a second
Got it.
for
Okay.
reducing fall damage.
Okay,
that might come in
so
handy.
Just gonna be minus 10 off my willpower.
Because you are like 3 stories up.
So I have to roll above a 34, or below a 34 rather.
Don't forget about your fate.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to use your fate.
Is that a
How
reroll?
high up are these buildings?
Barbosa
You're
breaks
3
his
stories up.
neck.
It's like what,
Uh,
like 10 meters, 15 meters.
So it's
About 10.
45 feet.
So roughly 15 meters.
Yeah, roughly 15 meters.
And then how does fall damage work?
Let me find out.
I assume it sucks.
It probably sucks. We'll go with.
I'm gonna fall and like die immediately.
We survived fighting a witch. How does he die falling off a rooftop after the fight?
Your leg
I
shattered.
can see the
you're
edge of
gonna
the
get a new
building he
one?
was scaling.
I'm gonna be real jealous.
I'm Batman falls off the building.
I'm Batman. Okay, so backlights can fall off things for all manner of reasons. Thank you. Thank you, Rulebook. Thank you. Though the results are usually the same.
It's in the rule book.
Yeah, I'm reading from the text.
Shit.
That's a great.
Okay,
It's great.
so you suffer 1d10 impact damage plus 1 additional damage per meter you fell.
Per meter?
Per meter.
1d10 per
fuck.
meter.
No, you suffer 1d10 impact plus how many meters you fell.
Oh.
Wasn't there any like awnings that he could have bounced off on the way
Well, that's
down?
what the
I mean, let's-
acrobatics check is for, so that's why I'm asking. If
Just
you
trying
want
to tell if this is something that like I could fall and just be like, yeah, and
Just
just
no.
lost
ability.
for post.
Probably not.
It falls under the meter equal to his
You
agility
got
bonus.
no robo legs.
You
If you have robo legs, maybe.
Okay,
Roll on your
yeah,
ro-
so
fall
I'm
on your
gonna
robo
go ahead and
arm.
use a fate point and roll that again.
Okay.
Yay!
This is how you get robo legs.
I will get them. No.
He
Give
doesn't
me-
die.
Wow.
He just
Give me a
paralyzed.
second. I'm trying to help you here. Give me a second.
It's okay. It's
It's
okay.
not actually.
I
Okay.
was
I'll
remembering you
re-roll.
say something
Give me
about
so-
15
stuff.
minutes.
So you have your Attack on Titan grappling hook. It is a clip harness and gas-powered pistol to shoot a hook.
Uh-huh.
So as you're falling,
Are you
as you
for
try
real,
to
Batman?
reach out, I will let you do a ballistic skill check to see if you can actually Batman this.
Okay.
That's the last time I'm helping you this session.
How
You have quick
do
draw.
I have time to aim?
You have quick. Probably not. No. You have
Okay.
already tried to.
So yeah, so okay, so yeah,
No,
I do
you
have
can
quick
draw it. It's a
And it,
pistol shape, which is why you can quick draw it.
okay. So I'm gonna roll ballistic skill.
I did say these buildings architecture is good for this kind of
they
thing.
got lots of little
So
holes and stuff in it.
plus
yeah,
10
yeah.
for that, but you are free falling, so minus 10 for that.
So flat.
It's dark. You've been doing this. You've been doing this for a couple hours. They're like bouncing across the buildings, and
I got a hang of it. I'm Batman.
Plus, so it's gonna be -5.
-5. Fair enough. Ah.
Okay. So as you guys are walking, you guys are keeping an eye on Barbosa. You guys have lights, or you can just see in the dark. One of the two. You see him sort of run and jump, try to clear this pretty wide alleyway between what looks like a hardware store and some sort of fucking whatever. I don't care. And he goes, skips in. As his foot leaves the edge, you see some loose gravel sort of just slip under his heel, and you know he's falling short. He's like midway through. You see him sort of reach out, try to grab onto the fire escapes, and you guys are just standing there like he's literally about to die. Just watching him plummet like a rock. And just all of a sudden, he just whips out this weird-looking grappling hook, shoots it off. It spools up over him. He hooks on and give me a... No, not Odious. No, you're not doing anything right. Give me a... Just give me a standard toughness, flat.
Let's see. I do have a never quit, fatigue. Okay, never mind. Flat toughness. Boom.
Is that a fail?
Yeah, 48. Well, I'm at 41. I
Okay.
can use, what is a fate point adds 10 to the roll?
It's only yeah, I can add 10.
Okay, so I'll just add 10 to the roll, and then
Okay,
I'll
so you're gonna
use
succeed.
2 fate points. So I'm down to
Okay.
2 for the session.
Oof. Easy, cowboy.
And well,
You
hang
may
on,
need them later.
Do you? So threshold is that the maximum amount of your fate points?
Yes.
Oh, so never mind. I have fucking never mind. At
Yeah,
5.
your fate. Oh wow, Jesus, good for you. So you're down to 3.
No, I have 7. My threshold is 7.
How?
That's just what Frontier Worlders get.
Shit. Okay.
Wait, what? That's crazy.
We're gonna double check that after the
I'll
stream.
double, yeah, by
For
all
the record,
means,
I have
but-
3.
Yeah, because everyone should like 3, 4, stuff like that. That's fine. So yeah, you hook on, and slam against the wall. It sort of jars your teeth, and you bite your tongue a little bit. There's no damage, just superficial wounds, and the jarring sort of rattles you and knocks the breath out of you, but you're not dead.
Roy, I meant to do that. And then I'm gonna, like, can I like? Is it like? Does it have a reel where it can like pull me up?
I think it does.
Okay, so I'm gonna reel myself back up and keep. I'm not
You're
gonna
going
go back.
back up there?
Right, I think I'm gonna go be down there underground with all the creepy crawlies. Won't be up here where I can see them.
It does smell really bad on street level. There are a lot of rotting dead people.
Just to confirm, my optical mechadendrite can do a lot of things. I believe one of those is a flashlight type device.
Yeah, you
It's
have
also-
a.
You can
you
just
have
see
a,
in the dark.
You have a
Well,
stab
yeah.
light, which is like a pinpoint light, and
Yeah.
it can also see in like infrared and shit like that.
So I knew I had night vision. I was just wondering if I could spotlight for him so he doesn't fall again.
You could
Almost
try. It would be like
stealthy.
it would be pinpointing his position.
Okay, so
Like,
yeah, I was
he's-
gonna say, I know it can be laser.
For all of his blundering, aside from the fall, he is being a lot more stealthy than you guys.
Can he see up there, though?
He can't see shit.
Phalos, how...
Need to see.
Yeah, he can't see a fucking thing.
That's why I
only-
was asking why he's climbing back up there.
I will say there are flashes of light, and they're pretty rapid. They're not very bright, but from the artillery just fustercluck going on a few kilometers away. Because you guys are actually, if you look on the map, fairly close to where the artillery line is. You're only 4 kilometers away. So the outskirts of the artillery is pretty close. So you will get like brief flashes, kind of like lightning of illumination, which
Right
sort of gives this stop motion look to how you're moving as well.
Is it like, I know, like, have you ever been outside, like in the wintertime or when there's a lot of clouds and there's like light pollution, like light gets trapped, and like even though it's the middle of the night, it'll still be, is it kind of like that where there's like this ambient half light, or is it dark?
It's dark. If this quadrant of the city had power, it might be different. There might be some bleed over, but the entire city is almost completely black aside from the very middle, a chunk to the south, and the sporadic fires and what look like firefights going on around the city.
Are there any moons?
There are 3 moons on this planet. The rain is blocking most of the light. There's a little bit. Like, it's not pitch black like you're inside of a cave, but it's too dark to really see anything.
Well, I can see fine, so I mean, I'm not quite worried. I hope he
I
doesn't do
technically
that.
have a little like viewfinder in front of me off of my shoulder that I'm looking through.
Yeah, I just got the visors.
You guys
If he feels
continue.
safer up there, that is his business.
That's fair.
Barbosa, give me a perception. That's a thing, right?
Perception is like that's like the root check, and there's awareness, which is like the skill. It'd be the same for me either way.
Awareness is for like ambushes and shit like that, I think. Either way.
No bueno. My rules are great today.
Yeah. There's a lot of fighting going on in the city. You can't really just from all the fires, and there is light pollution, but it's like internal light pollution of the city, kind of like trying to discern different flames in the middle of like a pile of firewood. There's just too much going on. Like the city is fully under siege. It's not quiet by any means. There's a constant thundering of the artillery. There's the sharp crack of las fire and the low thudding of solid projectile weapons. And there's Valkyries doing gun runs and bombing. There's tank explosions. There's all sorts of shit going on in the city. So that's actually helped you guys a lot with your stealth as well. You guys really don't have to worry too much about making too much noise.
All that happening, I'm still trying to get the, how would you say, trying to get that witch's voice to stop going over in my head.
That's right. As you're thinking over that, you think about the offer the voice gave you. And interestingly enough, you've been around a lot of political maneuvering and noble houses and the inner politics of that. Like you got a good idea for when someone's lying. You don't think it was. It could give you whatever you want. You just have to ask. As much as
I'm trying to get it out of my mind.
Oh, no, as much as you're trying
Yeah.
to force that out, it's almost like retreating deeper. Kind of like a tick trying to burrow deeper into the flesh when you start to pluck at it. Just
Mhm.
deeper and deeper into your psyche. Just this root of possibility.
That's going to be taking a good amount of my attention as we kind of are making our way back.
Low
Artillery
press.
shells aside and all that. Yeah, this is just
Yeah, no.
eyes down.
What are
As
you
long
up
as
to?
you don't have any cursed guns, I'm sure you'll be fine.
For the most part, at
Yeah.
this point, he's keeping an eye out. Obviously, how you explained it last session, the miasma started to clear out a little bit, but he's a bit worried at this point that, considering it stopped, heretics are going to start moving in on where the witch was. So he's kind of on edge on the moment, just looking around because he expects heretics to be showing up at this point.
Do you have any scholastic lores?
No.
If you would like, you can do a -20 Tactica Imperialis roll. Tactica Imperialis basically being tactics of the Imperial Guard and strategies. It's like the art of war, but for space.
Mm-hmm. So
And lots of bad advice.
Okay, so
That's just the Imperial Infantryman's uplifting primer. The Tactica Imperialis is used by officers in the Scala.
so if that correct, -20, so that means I need to roll a 16 or lower.
Yeah. I mean, that's a thought that the heretics would start swarming in. But you usually work alone. So, like, any sort of large-scale military tactics, you can't say for sure what their movements would be. Phalos, what are you up to?
Well, in theory, I would feel better because the miasma's leaving and the witch is dead, but they all seemed very concerned about whatever happened at the top of the stairs. That and it's dark, so I'm just going to take my lead from Lothos and not put my gun away.
Okay.
Basically, if he's looking ahead, I'll look behind, or vice versa.
Okay.
Just cover what he's not.
So you guys are keeping a lookout. The gunfire you're now hearing is closer than you would like, but far enough away that you don't really have to worry about it. And it seems that this was probably all going on while you were in the miasma. It's just now that the miasma is gone, your senses are returning, and these small sporadic firefights could be the Imperial Guard units sit in here, or planetary defense, or heretics killing a bunch of civilians, who knows. But as you guys make your way back towards the auto carriage, avoiding the minefield that Sergeant Typhus was kind enough to steer you guys away from,
Very kind.
you return to the point where you left the car. It is still there. There are no sign of the commandos. There is a little scrawl, a little piece of paper taped to the back window.
Well, I'm gonna yank that off and make sure it didn't leave any residue, and then read it.
Okay. As you stride up to the vehicle, pretty much as you're reaching out to get it, you move a little forward, so you're basically next to the car. You feel something snag on your leg.
Oh no!
And realize you've just triggered a tripwire.
I'll
And
carry
there is a loud sort of popping noise. And bright green neon paint explodes all over you, all over the car, all over the entire alleyway. And as you look down at the note, Phalos, it just says,
Eat shit.
"We're still watching."
Why wouldn't you? That's fucking a great fucking.
Barbosa's having a good old time. He's slapping his knee, bent over, his tears welling up in his eyes. That was a good joke.
It was in the front on one of the most sacred relics I have ever seen, and I will not be forgetting this.
Neither will you.
Well,
Those
character's
could have
correct.
been
So
not
much worse.
paint.
Yeah, those could have been just. Oh man.
As you're standing there shocked, and as Barbossa's just chuckling laughter echoes through the street, you swear for just a second you can smell the cigar smoke of Sergeant Typhus before the breeze carries it off in the wind.
Well, I have a car to clean now, and I don't know where I'm going to get the materials for that, but that's
You want to try and like wipe it off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to get this car clean.
As you sort of take some of your robes that aren't covered in paint, you pretty much just got splattered across the front. The blast was completely around you, hidden in like the dumpster and some piles of trash. They had packed charges and wired them to this tripwire. As you try to wipe it off, it has already dried and hardened. Give me an Imperial Guard lore check. I know you should have, I think, 2 ticks in it just from your background.
I've
Pass.
got 1 tick from my background.
1 tick? Okay, so it's going to be straight. Actually, you'd actually get a plus 20 because you were a Bane Blade operator. Or engineer, rather.
So, I got to beat a, intelligence? So 61.
61. Yeah. Okay, as you're looking at this and the horror is dawning on you about what this is artillery marker paint for like Valkyries and airstrikes. It's permanent. It's as permanent as anything else in the Imperium.
Oh fuck.
Like you can get it off with a very like intense chem scouring, but you're basically gonna strip like layers of the metal and glass off of this thing to get this off.
And you look like a giant target to Valkyries. Fucking.
And you are bright green. It like almost glows. He's almost refracting all of the ambient light. Like this is clearly visible at night. It is made for
You really fucked with
airstrikes.
the wrong guy.
That's hilarious.
So
What gets this
visibility
bitch at some
visibility
point.
for the car. You guys did hide the Imperial crests. You did
Hey,
stay
the
with
crest
bodies.
isn't colored.
The crest is not colored. They were on the sides and on the hood. Now, they were not on the back, so you could see into the car. They were not on the trunk or anything like that, just on the sides and on the hood. So, to see how much of the windshield is still usable, I want you to roll a D100. We're going to use that as the visible percentage out the window.
I'm assuming from how he parked it, there's at least one safe side of the window.
The one time I got to roll high.
The one time you gotta roll.
You guys
shitting me?
You guys did not pile any bodies on the hood because you guys thought correctly that since the bodies are sort of piled up in drifts, they're not like stacked on top of things. It would look weird. So you really just covered that with some dust and scrap and hid it as best you could. But your entire windshield pretty much is blanketed in this green phosphorescent paint. To see, you're gonna have to like have your head hanging out.
Ace Ventura time.
Or pull the window off.
Can't you have your like little arm thing outside?
His optical mechanically. You could do that.
You got a way of looking at least. That's
They don't know where you are inside the cab either anymore. You guys can all just duck down and.
Yeah, but considering what the the paint signals.
That's interesting
driving
as
around
well. If
an artillery marker.
yeah, you guys are marked for an airstrike.
Yeah, if a Valkyrie sees you, we're fucked.
Does that mean that the car stays?
It absolutely does not.
I want to see the bullshit this Mechanicus does to save this vehicle.
So you guys just clearing it, trying to get it ready to drive?
Go on without me, guys. I gotta stay
Oi.
here and fix this.
Did
doing
anyone
what
check the
I
trunk
can.
yet?
Let's check the trunk. Maybe
Oh,
they
check
got.
the trunk.
We can't drive this. This is one, we blind, and two, they're gonna see us coming a mile away. We're fucking bright green. You're bright green. We can't even let you walk around.
If
We're
you
gonna
would
get
like to explain to Inquisitor why we let one and possibly only Cadian auto carriage.
You also didn't
Stay
ask for the
behind.
car. You didn't like requisition it or fill out any forms. You guys kind of just took it.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
So-
basically playing out Ferris Bueller's Day Off goes to the Inquisition.
Okay, guys. We just need to go backwards, and then it just goes away.
Is that how it works?
No.
Right. So look, we just gonna have to kill the Inquisitor. That's just what
What?
Just kidding.
It's the demon host. You just hear corn from the war. Yes!
So Barbosa did die in that fucking falling off the building.
Right. So it's not really my problem. I wasn't driving. I just got in the car, and they ain't never gonna get it back if we dead. Right. We always have them come get it later. Better leave it here, then they just shoot us all up because we're giant driving around fucking peelbug looking.
You can walk if you are choosing to.
I am choosing to.
Right, I ain't riding in there.
Then I will be seeing you in center of town.
Right, well, it was nice knowing you, Metal Man.
I straight up am not leaving this. I might die tonight. That's part of it.
Okay. So, you are driving the vehicle. I'm guessing you got your mechandrite looking driving. Are you driving at the same pace as they are walking? Or are you
I'm
literally
driving
just trying to-
fairly slowly, but I don't want to be out much. I'm taking tight alleys and shit that's not going to get blown up.
Well, the main thing I'm trying to acquiesce is, are you keeping with them?
I mean,
I'm bad,
Like,
man.
mostly I
you
wanna
guys
get
would
there.
have to be at probably, if he's going like 5-10 miles an hour, you guys would have to be at a light jog. Which is fine, you can. It's just like, do you guys
Pull
really
that
wanna
out for a
run
few
around?
kilometers, but I don't know that that's the best idea.
I will let them. I will keep a slow enough pace for them to keep up until they're not putting in the effort, and then I'm not going to bother.
Right, I'm Batman. I don't want to be anywhere near that car.
Yeah.
I'm on
like,
the. If
You're
anything,
not
that
wrong.
car is now bait.
that car is a death sentence.
That car
honestly.
is bait now. Like I'm at a distance observing how he's driving just to see if anything hops out, then I can shoot.
Yeah, this isn't,
That's a good point.
I will point out, like, out of character, this isn't like a friendly fuck you. Like, this could kill you. Like,
I'm
this like sort of kickback from what he saw as like disrespect is like him being like, yeah, you can definitely keep your car. I kept an eye on it, like I said, but
You fucked up your car when you got back.
Yeah, I'm aware, but the car is more important than I am.
Car.
This is true. This is good tech priesting.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
The
go.
car is more important than you, but the mission is more important than the car.
That's not unreasonable. But I've been Inquisitor for a day. I've
Yeah.
been a tech priest for a long time.
Yeah, you wouldn't really.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have been through briefings and like been told what it means to be in the Inquisition. Like, you have a general idea, and like knowing that the boogeymen, essentially, of the Lords of Terra, are actually out there, is insane. It also is sort of a weight of how afraid are you of the Inquisitor, and do you think he's going to be more mad if you lose the car that you stole, or if you fail the mission?
Both.
Well, neither is good, but that
Neither
does give it
is
some
good, but these
perspective.
are where your choices have led you.
What you're looking
I
at
mean,
now.
you say my choices. I feel like someone's disrespect for the Inquisition and its authority has come into play, and that's on him.
He just wanted to use it as bait.
Yeah, I wasn't cool with that.
He watched it. He followed orders.
Well, good for him.
He even set a trap to protect it and render it unusable to thieves.
No. I will realize how untenable this plan is and park it somewhere as safe as possible after not too far.
Okay.
Though my life's direction is now to become powerful enough to request their aid in a mission I know they will die in. Just so you know.
How badass they sound. That's going to be a difficult mission.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun for them.
That sounds like a
Straight-
walk in the park for the Catachan Devils, I'm just saying.
Straight to the Eye of Terror with you.
Okay. So yeah, you guys travel, probably, I'd say 2 kilometers. So let's zoom in and get you guys moving. So this little icon is going to be your guys' position, more or less, or the square kilometer you guys are in. It's not going to be exact all the time, but it's going to be the general range of the area that you guys will be playing in. So you guys are heading straight towards the spire, or the spine, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So would you prefer, as you reach this sort of fork in the road, would you prefer to go south or west?
Probably away from the artillery shells, but that's just
I would
personal
say
preference.
west.
Yeah,
I
west
personally would
is
say
like,
west.
west is a better direction.
Like towards this little, whatever this is right here, this little
Yeah.
junction.
That is actually the Bastion Gate. So if you look really closely, it's a very dense city, which is what I wanted, but it also makes it very hard to read the map. You see this sort of thick wall. That is
Mhm.
the ancient wall that I was talking about. So that is actually one of the
wow.
gateways into the inner city.
That's much bigger than I
Yeah, no, it's big.
realized. Yeah.
It is big. These slums have sort of built up since the imperial reclamation of this planet and the influx of pilgrims and colonizers and the tithe that the planet has to now give and stuff like that. So they've had to sort of mass produce workers and not really prepared for it. So you guys will head down. This will be your first kilometer to make the crossroads. You guys make your choice and head further down. So at this grid square, or set a mark that this is where you left the car. Okay.
Is there a way to hide it so that it doesn't remain an open option for artillery marking?
They're garages.
You want to scope out like
Anything-
a garage or a parking
anything with an
complex or
overhang.
something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone give me give me just a plus 10. Or no, a plus 40 perception. It's just like, yeah, you're looking for a place to live. Plus 40.
I don't think I need to look at what my perception is.
14. No. 3. Now you guys are rolling good. Okay. So yeah, with all of your help, you guys are scouting out. You guys pick out like some of the refueling stations you see. Barbosa, you know that the fuel that they use on this planet is not petroleum. It is a non-flammable water-oil hybrid. So that's kind of safe. They're like, it's kind of open. It is. There's a canopy, but from the sides. You go a little further, you see a sort of impound yard or what looks to be maybe a junkyard. A lot of wrecked cars. The problem is yours is bright green, so it stands out. You've traveled a little farther, and you see this sort of little offshoot, and you think it's maybe just like a subcellar or basement, but as you drive up, you see it's much larger, and it has these signs in the native language, which is very similar to Low Gothic, but through the millennia that the planet has been removed from the Imperium, they developed their own dialect. And it points down. You're like, oh, let's fucking try it. And you manage to find a small underground parking complex. It's completely pitch black in here. Even your car is not visible at all. You turn on your light because the headlights of the car have been covered by the paint as well, so they are unusable. And you do find a spot back in the corner where you could stash the car, if you so wished.
I mean, so wish is strong, but
Maybe check for more paint right there.
you have no idea how much I wish Barbosa had just died instead. That would have been so much. No offense. I'd have been less broken up. As a person, I'd have been sad because Barbosa's great, but as a tech priest. Yeah, let's hide the car.
Phalos, we can try our best to come back and recover this. We're going to have to try, right?
You could literally just tell someone to get it.
Yeah, well, we will be retrieving car, whether personally or not, but the car will be brought back.
Phalos, did you check the trunk yet?
For what are you thinking? I will open trunk. What are you expecting in trunk?
Expect the unexpected.
Okay.
More paint.
So you open the trunk.
Hold on, I am checking for more tripwires on trunk.
You're checking for traps.
I
Give me a
wouldn't have
give me-
before, but these
Can we
guys.
step away from the car while he's opening
Yeah.
the trunk?
Yeah.
Back.
Like-
give me a scrutiny check, just flat, unless you don't have modifiers or stuff like that.
Scrutiny, I have 2 ranks in. Nope, 1 rank in.
Okay, so it's just gonna be flat.
What is scrutiny? Scrutiny is perception. One of these numbers, 31.
Hmm.
Nah.
You don't see anything.
Cool. Open the trunk.
Okay, you open the trunk. Nothing happens.
Oh.
Inside, you see a small canvas case, about probably yay big. A portable. It looks very heavy, but it looks to be a battery-operated Vox unit. And you see a box caster, which is basically a megaphone.
That's not bad.
Any
Would come in
guns?
handy.
No, there's no guns. That's it.
No, I'm nowhere near the trunk, so I'm just yelling that from across the room.
We can be loud if you so choose. There is no weaponry. Unless, hold on one moment, and I will check the canvas.
It's a pair of magnoculars.
Well, we can speak loudly and see far away. Though I could do this already. Do we need magnoculars?
Couldn't hurt. Yeah, somebody could use them.
Then I will take magnoculars.
You
I
can give it-
assume
We can have one of you keep it, and then you'll be capable of at least helping us out with scouting and such. We can use our scopes, but you don't really have anything to see far with.
I'll just look at you through the telescopic modification that sits on my shoulder and then hand these over to the navigator.
I don't know what those things on you are.
It zooms in and out.
Okay.
Maybe that's enough to tell you. I don't know. It's dark in here.
So the Voxcaster, the Vox backpack, it's like it looks kind of like a World War II RTO backpack. This big clunky metal thing with multiple antennas that aren't screwed on right now. It's sort of packed up. It's heavy, even just shifting it around. Like it's pretty much a solid backpack made of metal. So it's going to weigh about 10 kilograms, but it will offer you communication up to 100 kilometers. if you so choose to take it.
That's
See
got
that-
your name written all over it, Phalos.
I mean, does it? How much more can I carry?
Could be useful for gathering more information if necessary. It does allow us at that point.
I do have the ability to carry it based on what's on here. What are the odds I can contact? I mean, I would have to know a Valkyrie was within 100 kilometers, right? to
I
try
mean,
and
if you
contact
wanna sweep frequencies, you'd have to like set up somewhere and fiddle around with it. But you could try sweeping frequencies. You're not sure if you're gonna pick up on like unencoded Imperial Guard transmissions, but you never know.
I'm more worried I'm gonna pick up heretic transmissions.
Probably.
and/or-
That's
Yeah.
not a bad thing, though.
No, us listening in, I'm fine with. But I was thinking letting somebody know the car was here now. I will take this thing though.
So you got that. Modius has the binocular. They're fucking binoculars.
Magnoculars.
Yeah, binoculars, bagnoculars, fucking whatever. Lesbian.
We know what you mean.
Um, and then there was the
The caster, yeah.
Voxcaster. Yeah, the megaphone. You guys want a megaphone?
Oh, that's what I wrote down the name of because I'm mixing things up. What was the radio unit called?
It's a Voxcaster.
So
Or no,
what was the megaphone
that's
called?
That's the
So-
Vox unit.
the Voxcaster is the radio.
Okay, that's what I wrote down.
I think I made up the megaphone, so just call it megaphone. 'Cause I don't
Does any-
see it in front of me.
Yeah, does anybody, because I already have a howler, which pretty much does the same thing. Does anybody else want the ability to, yell at people?
Why would I
Efficiently.
need to be loud?
Hmm.
I'm just shooting people in the head from far away. I'm good.
I mean, I'll hold on to it until it becomes
You don't want to do it.
another thing of what? I don't know. Maybe I can holler at you for the next shelf that you're gonna miss before you fall off a building.
Would be appreciated.
I'll take it.
So that one's a little clunky. You're gonna have to. It has a belt hook. It looks like it was probably made for like military use to like yell across gunfire in the trenches and shit like that. So it's compact. The battery, if you leave it on, will last about 2 hours. Recharging it just happens over time because I don't know. Yeah, and it'll essentially let you be heard clearly under like any sort of loud noise, like whether it's machinery or the sounds of combat or just explosions, up to 100 meters clearly.
Cool.
Okay. So you guys park the car, grab the shit out of the trunk, and begin making your way through. It is getting a little later. It's probably around, you're not sure how long the day-night cycle is on this planet. You've probably been planet side for about 7-8 hours at this point. Because the going is slow. The streets are not clear. They are packed with abandoned vehicles and damage from combat. Buildings have toppled over, forcing you guys to navigate around into alleyways. Sometimes you guys spy ongoing battles ahead and are like, fuck that. We're trying to get to Lady Brigio and finding a different route. Eventually, you guys make it out of the miasma and begin making your way south. So you guys have just pushed into this grid square. Let me give you guys your trail marker. And it's late. You guys are getting a little tired. I'm not going to say you have to sleep for fucking 8 hours at a time. If you guys want to take like a 4-hour break and get 4 hours of sleep in, you guys can operate off 4 hours of sleep. Not like doing that every single day, but yeah, that will leave you like rested enough as long as you rest for a time where you can get some decent sleep. If you wish, you guys don't have to stop. You guys could just keep pushing.
Now that we are not to be taking auto carriage, I am thinking we may want to take at least short rest to make it rest of way.
we've noticed battles going on. How frequent have they been in the
Pretty
area?
frequent.
Pretty frequent.
Yeah, like the Imperial, like from your documents and from what the Catachin Commandos said, you guys don't really know too much about what the Imperial Guard's activity is, aside from the broad strokes. You know that they have established a foothold in the south of the city, which has been marked off by that red block. That's essentially Imperial Guard controlled territories. And then you know that they are pushing in with the artillery. So how that's working is
We can
they
take a rest, but I suggest we look very hard for a place to actually stay. Okay, that was odd.
Yeah, no, I cut out for
yeah.
a second. It's okay. Yeah. So you guys want to sort of try to scope out an area. The buildings here are taller.
Okay.
You guys have pushed through the gates into the inner city. So as you guys actually reached these gates on your walkthrough, is shortly after you abandoned vehicle. The gates are very large. It looks to be that the adamantine doors and locks have been blown outwards through either heavy siege artillery or placed satchel charges or explosives. There are a smattering of dead bodies in varying states of decay. Some of them are older than any you've come across so far, and they have rotted out a lot more. The majority seem to be either heretical looking, either raggedy clothes and frames, even after a few weeks of rot, are still too thin than they should be. There's no excess sort of gore around them from their bodies. And there's also what look to be planetary defense forces. The PDF soldiers have been stripped of their weapons and ammo. So as you guys are passing through this gateway, there are artillery and gun positions that you see were once there. You see where the buildup was and the crates and things like that, but it has all either been stolen or repurposed.
As expected, I suppose.
Let us see if we can be finding a place that is easily defensible, or at least difficult to access.
Okay. So where you guys are in the city, the spires and buildings are much taller now. You're getting into, I would say, like what would be equivalent to like Midtown Manhattan. I don't know. I don't know New York. Midtown. Low skyscraper, not skyscrapers, but low multi-story buildings, exceeding 15 stories. This sort of seems to be maybe a business district. There's a lot of guild halls and trade buildings. The streets underneath the dirt and grime and chaos of war seem to be very nice and well kept. It's much more modern. The auto carriages are better kept. Those that aren't completely destroyed. The sheer amount of chaos that has occurred here, though, is baffling. Whereas the outskirts of the city and where the miasma was run down, a lot of it looks to be run down even before the siege. This looks like it has been fought through multiple times. Las fire scours the buildings. Almost all the windows are shattered. Doors are blown off their hinges. There's small gun emplacements, lots of blood from wounded people that have been moved. Dead bodies behind their positions still, like laying where they died. There's been a lot of fighting in this part of the city. And you get the feeling that the deeper you go in, the worse it's going to get.
Am I still able to be on the rooftops given the height
No.
of the buildings?
Not
Or am
anymore. As soon as you passed through the breach wall, you would have had to dismount from the buildings.
Okay.
I should have told you that. I actually completely missed the breach wall. It's so like intertwined in the hashes.
Just considering everything at the moment. So if we go in any further, it's going to be hard to find actual defendable position at that point then, because everything's just torn up to shreds.
Give me an awareness check.
Okay then. Click.
the fact that you have left the car was the tactically best action you could have taken. Just from looking around, looking at the how much some of these pools of blood have clotted, the heat from the las marks on buildings, the shell casings, smoke from what looks to be a destroyed troop carrier. A lot of this was recent. And as you sort of pull out this data slate and look at your map, you realize that this is probably the concentration of heretical forces for their southern and eastern fronts is going to be somewhere in the area I will draw.
So we're in the dead center of heretic territory then.
You're in the
Perfect.
thick of it, yeah. It's just
Perfect place to look for a good night's sleep.
And while you
jeez.
sleep, we can keep an eye out for patrols and such.
Right, sleep. I ain't sleeping. Y'all mad for stopping.
I
Y'all
also
take a
agree
little
with
nip
that.
if you need it. I'm gonna stay up and keep your little pansy asses taken care of. But we ain't sleeping in here.
Kind of
If we
hoping
should
the
be
days
pushing
change his mind on sleeping once seeing all this, though.
We can be pushing onward. I am saying it was farther than it was with auto carriage. If we can make it to Lady Bridgio's vicinity and rest there, then let us be doing that.
You think that would be an option?
It's the right side better than stopping right here in the middle of a battlefield.
whole city's a battlefield.
Yeah, we either stop now or we don't sleep at all until the mission.
Right, that's what I'm
complete.
saying. We get in, we
I'm-
out. You can't stay off for 2 days.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
like, you can-
completely fine with ignoring sleep.
You guys can operate as human beings or mutants or whatever the fuck you are. You know, like in a normal person span as well. So like a person can stay up for 24 hours, especially with the amount of adrenaline and shit you guys are experiencing.
Day's
Yeah.
not hard.
Like you guys don't need to sleep right now. It's not required.
A whole day is not that hard.
No.
We could do it.
Once you guys get into like probably
days,
I
3
say
days.
post 36 hours, then I'll start looking into how you guys are doing shit.
And then I have bonuses to fatigue and stuff like that too. So
Yeah.
like that's kind of with my character.
And
Be
there's-
like
there's
push through
drugs.
until the end.
There's drugs, there's implants, or shit like that you guys could look into, so you actually don't need to sleep. But that's something for the future. So you guys just want to keep pushing?
Yeah.
I'm fine with pushing.
Okay, so as
Barbosa
you
definitely wants to
guys
push.
finish surveying the battlefield and push past the gates deeper into the city, you guys are moving a lot slower now. To avoid ambushes. I'm assuming Lothos, I'm assuming everyone's keeping an eye out for an ambush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have the scanner out again.
The Auspex? Okay. That's actually going to help you guys a lot avoid. You guys come across anti-personnel mines. You come across tripwires and ambushes. You see huddled forms waiting in windows and say, like, maybe we don't go down this alleyway. Maybe we take the next one. Shit like that. And you guys do manage.
Man, that thing would have been useful for the paint.
So I was just thinking.
You guys do manage to get a kilometer deeper without any, let's say, issues.
Significant fuckery.
Yeah. However, as you guys are approaching the inner city, and the buildings are much more like that picture I first showed you, the sort of reaching spires and what was once probably glistening steel, or not steel, they have the, I forget what it's called, buildings. Now this sort of mildew and mold has overtaken me. You're not sure if it's natural or not. You guys have seen some weird shit in the miasma, which has died down considerably. There is much less weird shit out and about in the city than was in the miasma. Every now and then you come across a pile of corpses or symbols etched into a body that hurt your eyes and cause you to feel just nauseous, and you quickly avert your gaze and keep going, but nothing extreme. Here, as you guys come to this sort of I'm gonna call it an intersection. This byway, essentially. Give me awareness checks from the party.
I specifically purchased awareness because I was tired of -20.
Yep.
Let's
Uh,
see.
Don't need to do it, but yeah.
Oh,
Womp, womp, womp,
wow.
Well, I
womp.
failed.
I'm busy lighting a cigarette for whatever's going on right now.
Okay. As you guys stroll around or move around the corner, you guys are moving stealthily. I'm not going to say you guys are taking a jaunty stroll down the street. That doesn't make any sense. You're moving quickly but stealthily, following Lothos and Barbosa, who are trained in this sort of thing, moving through urban environments and stuff like that, moving to cover. They're teaching you what they know along the way enough so that you don't fuck them over. Barbosa, you're fiddle fucking around with a low stick. You got your lighter out. You're fucking like, Modius, you're still trying to get the voice out of your head. Just eyes on the ground, like, yeah, no, totally cover to cover. It's just the whispers leeching in. Lothos and Phalos, you guys turn the corner and see the backs of about 30 people. None of them are facing you. They are all facing what looks to be a man-made sort of berm in the middle of this byway. And they're all sort of tucked into corners. They got a number of things are strange about them. None of them are wearing shirts. There are men and women. They are all bare-chested, aside from a tactical vest holding extra las charge packs and a canteen, compass, stuff like that. They also have a very large assortment of knives.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the weird knife kid, but
Weird name.
dozens of them, each of them having different numbers and different styles. Some of them look like brutish and orcish, like literally a slab of metal wired onto a stick. Some of them are delicate and fine, or luxurious, or completely like utilitarian in their method. And from this angle, you see a lot of them have a lot of scars across their face. None of them on their back. None of them has a single scar from their back, but all of the fronts of them are mangled with scars. There seems to be no surgical augmentation to remove them. The one who seems in charge, a older woman, streaks of gray in her hair, is missing just a huge gap of flesh across her face. The scar is probably about 2-3 inches wide, and it looks like a just wide rift was opened up and just healed over in time. She's gonna look back at her troops, see Barbosa fiddle fucking around, and you just see a myriad of emotions cross her face. Surprise, panic, and incredible violence. And that's where we're going to take our first break. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, stick around. Shit's about to get real. These guys have just rounded the corner and surprised what seems to be an Imperial Guard platoon. We're going to see how this plays out. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will see you guys in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had fun on the break. We were anxiously waiting to restart. We went over a few things for the upcoming encounter. Whether or not it turns into something messy, we'll find out. Our warband has just rounded a corner in sort of the metropolis area of the city, and surprised an Imperial Guard platoon who looked like they were setting up their own ambush. One of the guardsmen, what seems to be the person in charge, an elderly woman with a myriad of knives, who is completely bare-chested, aside from her tack rig, covered in scars of varying sizes and proportions, sees you all and her eyes just widen. Lothos and Phalos, you guys passed your awareness checks, so I'll give you guys the chance to do something.
Is this a recognizable Imperial Guard group?
They are visibly Imperial Guard. You can do an Imperial Guard check if you would like to see who they are.
I have one tick, so that's just flat or
Flat.
Okay. So 41 I gotta beat.
Okay. Yeah, 2 degrees of success. Okay. Yeah, you do recognize these guys. Literally just because of the knives. And you're like, oh shit, yeah, I've heard about these guys. Because most Imperial Guard regiments have their own sort of special thing regarding whatever homeworld they came from. You know, these guys, the Brontian Long Knives, hail from the planet Brontia, or Bront, which was sort of a world given to Imperial Guardsmen who have completed their service. So after you serve a stint in the Imperial Guard, you are usually awarded, if you live that long, either a whole planet, depending on how important you are, or at least a very large portion of a planet. You basically become a planetary governor. Bront was one of those planets, and a lot of Imperial Guard influence came in that initially just over only 1,000 years transported it into a hive world. However, since there is such a strong Imperial Guard presence and culture in society, the hive is not the criminally laden like hellscape that most hives are. All disputes are settled with combat, usually with knives. They collect them from their victories. They're a symbol of status. You got 2 degrees of success on that.
Mhm.
You know that they're a close combat specialty unit, usually used for like guerrilla fighting. They have almost no armor or vehicles. And you know that if they have a scar on their back, it's like the biggest sign of shame. Because either A, they were not aware enough to see their enemy coming, or they ran away. So anyone that has a scar across their back is essentially an outcast in their entire regiment. They won't be like kicked out of the guard, but they're probably not going to survive for long.
Well then, I'm gonna not point a gun at them because these guys are Imperium.
Allies, comrades.
I don't know if there's like a standard greeting or if I should just shout hey, but
Think like if you were hanging
Want the
out.
megaphone?
Think of like if you were hanging out in Afghanistan and you turned around a mountain and there was an entire American platoon hanging out there. Like, what would you do?
yeah, that's not point guns at them.
To not get, what would you do to not get shot?
Yeah, not seem aggressive.
Hold up a passport?
Yeah,
Essentially,
You're just gonna like hold up your hands.
I'm gonna make sure other guns are not being pointed, and I guess I'm just gonna hold up the Inquisitorial seal, and be like, "We're not heretics."
So you guys don't have a whole Rosetta. You guys just have this little signet ring that's biocoded and essentially is acting as the Inquisitorial symbol.
Gotcha.
You guys don't have a Rosetta. If someone inspects this ring, they will be able to see that. Oh yeah, shit, these guys are Inquisition.
can't
Well,
really
then
see
I'll
it from
just
far away though.
Hold that up. I will shout out. So I'm gonna be putting my gun to the sky, just gesturing for others to do that.
Yeah.
Hello, we are acolytes to the Inquisitor Balthazar on the planet side for inquisitorial mission, not heretics.
Barbosa and Modius, as this is all transpiring, you guys sort of stop what you're doing and look up and realize the situation. While that's happening, the woman is going to sort of look at you, look back over this berm, and sort of look at you and just be like panicking for a second. She's going to let out a few low whistles, and a group of about 6 of these guys are going to detach and forcibly sort of grab you and drag you guys back around the corner you came from. At the same time, you're going to see her and a number of the other troopers prime grenades and toss them over. And after a second, there's the sort of dull thuds of the impacts of the fragmentation grenade. There's various screaming of someone who has been maimed and sort of rustle. And these guardsmen are going to draw their swords, essentially. So a number of them do have actual swords, varying from one looks to have a just heavy 2-handed slab of metal that looks almost orcish in design. And they're just going to go over the top. And you're going to hear just a furious firefight erupting. But these 6 guardsmen are just going to be just dragging you guys. Like, shut the fuck up and come on.
So what is an ambush? And we kind of just yelled out.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't use the megaphone. That would have been shitty. Like, hello there, everyone. We are here, and we are, the best. Fear us, because we are the Inquisition.
So Just from their initial burst, like these guys come pretty much not out of nowhere, but they're quick. Like they're moving with a purpose, and they grab you guys. Sort of know you happening. You guys are around the corner, and now you guys can so you have these guardsmen. There's one for each of you, and then two are sort of pointing. One has a stubber. The other one looks to have just a standard las gun. It does have a very ornate bayonet attached to it, and they're a mixed group, very different, will look to be ethnicities. They're all the same sort of Brontian commandos, obviously, with the scars and things like that. Men, women, they're sort of just pushing you and saying a little low voice and just a calm and imperial. Quiet, fuck, run, fuck, throwing a buff. Amateurs. What do you guys do?
Go with them back around the corner.
I'm
we're supposed to.
100% on board with going around the corner.
Right, what? Let's go kill him then. You want killing done? I will help kill you. We kill him.
Shut the fuck up, all of you. You see the one in charge. Stocky. He's probably about 5'5". Broad as shit, though. Just jacked. Number of scars across his face. He looks to be missing an ear. A sort of winding scar down that cleaved off just a chunk of the side of his face. Sort of looks around. Fucked up the whole goddamn operation. Who are you? Inquisitor Balthazar? What? Why is the Inquisition here? Who are you?
Well, can't be telling you that now, can I? My super secret Inquisition business. But let's just say we're here to assist any way we can while going about our own little missions, yeah?
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I have terrible fellowship, and I am not skilled in persuasion. Where's persuasion?
Persuasion or charm? I think it's called charm.
Charm.
Oh yeah, charm. Okay, yeah, I was like persuasion. So I have to roll under a 7.
You also get a negative because of your ability.
No, that's to them trying to charm or deceive me.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, ha 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 ha. Or just trying to do it in general, like anybody other than me trying to do it around me. That's not used to my presence. So, anyways, underneath a 7, not gonna happen.
No.
Even if I was at flat, it wouldn't have worked.
So he's gonna listen to you, and he just doesn't believe a fucking word you're saying. He's like, "How do I know you're not heretical spies? Search them." And the two, the ones that have you, are gonna start rifling through your guys' pockets. The two other ones are gonna keep a close aim on you as they start rifling through your guys' shit.
Right, we just killed a witch. Why'd I kill a witch if I was some kind of heretical spy, right? You notice the fog be gone? Guess who did it? Right, we did.
The one who's rifling over you, Barbosa, a slender, dark-skinned woman is gonna sort of stop what she's doing, just grab you by the cuffs and shake you like, "If you don't stop talking, I'm gonna break your fucking jaw."
Oh,
and
feisty.
Keep rifling through your shit. They eventually will find your guys' data slate, and they'll toss it over to this guy in charge. He'll sort of punch at it and try to open it. He's like, hands it to Phalos and open it.
Phalos still all bright green.
Yes.
You're not ruining that.
Forever. Eternally. You're now the great green tech priest.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get like a very heavy chem scrubbing when you get back to the ship.
The great.
Some of this is on clothes, but there's going to be some unpleasant bathing. Yeah, I'm opening it up, hand it right over.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if there's areas of this that aren't supposed to be seen, or if I can just
Probably.
show it
Yeah.
I probably show them the ring then.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they haven't seen it, I think
yeah, my question
should
was,
have
could I
been the
show
first thing
him
to see.
enough to prove what we are without letting him have full access, or is it kind of an all or nothing?
Oh, if you open it, it's open. It's like unlocking an iPad.
Yeah, I'll give him the ring instead.
I'll just look at the ring and toss it into the street. Like, I asked you to open the fucking data slate. Can you do that, or do I need to get one of your friends?
I can open, but it's not for you. That ring is proof of inquisitional possession. I would not be throwing it straight.
He's gonna sort of look down, look up. He's gonna smack you across the face with the butt of his las rifle. You are gonna take You're going to take 2 wounds as he just racks you across the face. And it's hard. Like, you feel a few of your teeth chip. There's a gout of blood into your mouth. And as you sort of just get knocked over from the sudden attack, he's just going to lean down. Open the fucking data slate, or I'm going to start cutting off all those nice shiny bits you got.
Right. So at that point,
I'm kind of looking over to the other
Barbosa
two.
would activate. Barbosa is going to at that.
You are at gunpoint,
Yeah.
so they will have a reaction shot if you try to do anything. Like, they're watching you. They got guns trained on you. They've got people in melee range with you. Like, they're ready.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look over at Lothos and kind of nod at him. And then I'm going to quick draw 2 pistols and then point them at the guy that's pointing at me and then point them at the guy that's hitting Phalos and be like, right, that's going to stop right now.
Okay. So as you go to the quick draw, the 2 guardsmen are going to use their reactions to shoot. 1. They're close range.
No.
I got my quick ref. Hold on.
I'm about to die, y'all.
You. They got 2 las rifles from what it sounds like, and they're point blank at you.
I was trying to do more of a Mexican standoff thing. but
I
that's not gonna
know,
happen.
but that's why I was like, they're watching for your movement. Like,
Yeah, like they're kind
I
of.
figured that's why I thought quick draw. You know, quick draw. I'm so fast. I can just be like, they're looking at me, but I'm still like so fast. Like, bah! You know, like all of a sudden
they're
there's 2
already
guns up.
they're already pointed at you. That's the thing. Like, yeah, if they were just sort of standing there, weapons drawn, I would have done that. But the fact that they're literally got gun on you, ready to pull, like, finger on the trigger, it doesn't really matter how fast you are in that situation. Like, they're gonna get their shot off. You'd probably surprise the one that's in melee range with you. So, and then close range is plus what?
Point break is plus 30, and I
Yeah.
think close range is plus 10 or plus 20.
Okay, so they don't have to roll high.
10 degrees of success.
Fuck me. Yeah, I'm dead. It's nice knowing y'all.
Okay. So as you're reaching for your weapon, 2 things happen simultaneously. The woman who has been searching you drops. She goes completely limp to the ground as fast as humanly possible. The guardsman with the las rifle charges and stabs you through one of your shoulders with the bayonet, as the other one draws a knife, a very long, it's pretty much a dagger. It looks like a sort of curved scimitar. We'll pull that out and jam it into your other shoulder, and they will pin you against the wall with their blades. And as you're reacting, as your hand
I have
is
a metal arm.
still,
Ha
yeah,
ha.
well, they're like right here. They essentially have
Yeah.
gone into the pocket of your collarbone
Mm-hmm.
with their blades, imprisoning you there. And as you're still reaching for the gun, the pain will kill whatever sort of action you're doing, but you feel the lead around your fingers. You also feel a cold steel press against your head, and the woman on the ground has already stood up and pointed an auto pistol at your head. Lothos, you were going to do something in that instance as well, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
No? Okay.
He just nodded at me like I was. Like,
So,
I wasn't a fucking idiot.
We got this.
all right. So, Barbosa, you are going to take 5 wounds.
Oh.
And blood is just pouring. The pain is immense.
Hang on, 5 wounds? No, because the one I have armor, So the 2 damage is going to be completely negated.
Okay.
And then for the 9 damage, I have 6 soak total, so I think I'll take 3 wounds.
Okay. Yeah, that works. He's still going to pierce through the armor and pin you to the wall. The cut is not going to be deep enough, though, for you to be wounded in any significant way. It's still
That
there.
one caught the metal arm.
He could still like wrench down and probably sever your cybernetics if you wanted to, especially with that bayonet, which seems weird because it didn't slice through your flesh because he aimed, but it went right through your armor. So yeah, you are pinned there, and the guy in charge, he's just gonna shake his head. Are you gonna open the data slate, or am I just gonna kill you? Because I don't care at this point.
He's got what on him, weapon-wise? Knives and other
He's got
Carlos,
knives.
Open the damn data slate.
He has knives, a combat shotgun, and what looks like a holstered hand cannon.
Okay, he's got a lot.
He does. Yes. Yeah.
They're Imperial Guardsmen.
They're Imperial Guardsmen, and they're a unit specifically made for.
They're made for close combat. This is like
We can't
Not a
win
good
this
situation.
situation.
this is their playground.
You got like two ranged people against a bunch of close combat people. Yeah. Also, if I'm right, they get extra bonuses because we're outnumbered at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna open the damn thing, but as I do so, I will inform him. The sooner you realize we are in position, the sooner you understand the magnitude, I outrank you. So figure it out fast, or I will order entire platoon killed for assaulting and siding with heretics.
Give me an intimidation check. Because you don't have the authority to charge him with heresy without evidence.
Maybe not, but I'm hoping he doesn't know that.
Question is, does he know his rights?
Question is, has he ever worked with the Inquisition?
So that's what, strength based, and I have no ranks, so that's negative 20.
Yep.
So I got to roll an 11, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how effective
Nice.
that is.
He's gonna shrug. You're telling the truth. You got nothing to worry about.
Can I walk over and pick up that ring without
You should
worth
Should not.
I'm trying to gauge where we're standing?
Yeah,
You should not try
just,
to move.
Just don't
Okay.
move. Just
I didn't plan to.
As
if,
you like,
if there's
as-
still like
Oh yeah. As you
Yeah.
guys, as you
consider
like,
this
go
the
to
break
move.
that you wanted.
Yeah, as you go to move, he's gonna like the guy's guard or the woman guarding you is or the guy feeling through all your shit. He's gonna just put a hand on your chest and be like, "Listen, this is already going south for you guys. Maybe just chill out for a minute, all right?" Just a thought.
Meanwhile, I'm
You're in pain.
making angry noises.
Yeah, you are in pain. He's
Barbosa
gonna.
is less than pleased.
You guys are gonna go through the data slate. Look at you. Look at the data slate. Sort of match up stuff. He's gonna navigate it very adeptly. Just flipping through it, going. We'll power it off. Hand it back to you. Look to the guys holding Barbosa. Like, let him go.
You're fucking right, let me go. Before I fucking rip your cunts off, you motherfuckers.
Well, Inquisition, you have blundered into our ambush, possibly killed a number of my men due to this, foiled our entire plan, and essentially cut off this entire sector of the city for further Imperial Guard advancement. Now, how can we assist you?
Pull that ring to me. That is better attitude. We need to make to Spire.
Can't make it to the spire right now. Heretic forces are congregated in the center of the city. Where do you think we're here? Clearing a path, 5th Armor to come through, clear these berms, and get us in. Now we've got fucking Valkyries strafing us every 5 seconds. Took us long enough to set up this ambush. Just come around the cuff. It's a goddamn war zone.
Right, well then I guess you should have had some lookouts then, shouldn't you? So we couldn't just walk up in it. Looks like you not knowing how to do your job has nothing to do with us. Now, you already fucking cut me once, and I'm gonna let it slide. All right? But don't give me no fucking lip, now that we've established our superior dominance over here, yeah?
You want to be the heroes of the Inquisition? Legends of the
I don't care
Imperium?
about being no here. I got a job, and I'm gonna do it.
If you want to do your job, you want to get this in the city, you help out my platoon.
How can we do that?
He'll pull out his own data slate now, open it up, and show you a detailed tactical grid of the area. There's one little part that's highlighted. So this is their airfield, where they're sending out their Valkyrie to strafe us. All of our infantry's pinned down because of this thing. Its air superiority is undeniable. We're not sure. It's already shot down 3 other Valkyries. Command's called it unassailable. The fighting up ahead is still very intense. Lots of screaming, lots of explosions, smell of blood. It's pretty bad. He's gonna look over his shoulder, like, distractedly. We can't hold out here. We're in the open. If you want to go in and disable their airfield, we can keep pushing in, clear the way, armor will come in, you'll have your path right to the spine. That's where we think Lady Brigio is.
Based on what intelligence?
Tertiary orders are to excavate all HVT targets as Imperial Creed. Lady Brigio is a noble of this place and a loyal servant of the Imperium, therefore it is our duty to escort her out of this heretical nonsense.
Well,
if it is airfield preventing path forward, then airfield must be dealt with.
We got word across the Vox that one of our boys managed to strafe it with our heavy stubber. It might be under repairs. We haven't seen it for an hour or two. That's why we decided that now was the best time to punch through. If you can get there and disable it before they make their repairs, I'll escort you myself to the spine.
Seems fair enough. Barbosa, how functional are your arms at the moment?
Oh, I'm fine, don't you worry about me.
Okay, then.
They just nicked me, that's all.
How
well,
about
you
he
might
bleeding?
get your wish.
He's bleeding. Pretty bad. It's not life-threatening.
Threatening.
But you guys should bandage it up and take a second to, like, medicate it.
Just wondering, because I have a filled suture and stuff like that on me. So
That would
I
be
can-
helpful. That would be
Yeah.
extremely helpful. If you guys want to take, like, 20 minutes to stitch them up
Yeah.
and do a medicate check.
Then, and just so, yeah, just bad things don't happen. I'm gonna use a fate point on this suture check.
Okay.
So that plus
I think
intelligence.
it's like some staph infection or something like that. Fucking.
Okay, so you can only be treated by a Medicaid once every 24 hours.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
3 degrees of success. Nice. Or is that 4?
Damage equal to
Roll.
IB. Okay, so what's your intelligence bonus?
If I'm right, that's for every 10, it's 1 point for the bonus.
Yes.
So that would be 30. I mean, not 33.
3. Okay, so and how many degrees of success did you succeed by?
So that was 50, and I got 11.
So 4
that would
degrees?
be 4 degrees.
Okay, he patches you up completely, Barbosa.
Do that
Um,
again. Just don't do it again. Period. Read the situation next time. You should be smart enough to know that.
Right, sorry, I'm not so good with being, having some shirtless freak with her tits out tell me what to do, and start beating on more men. Rubs me the wrong way.
That was an awkward circumstance, yeah. But that said, we have an opportunity now.
I'm honestly surprised. It's good to see that you didn't piss yourself no days.
Still dry. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, he went earlier. Just remember.
Even earlier. Good point.
Yeah, I'm dry, yeah. We haven't had anything to drink since. So.
Okay.
Not the craziest thing I've seen today.
Nope.
feel like potentially closest to death though you've been.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't a great scenario.
So, the airfield is within this grid square. It is close by. The guardsman points out on the data slate, or on your data slate as well. He'll transfer the information via a small link cable. It takes a long time, but while you're getting stitched up, Barbosa, he can be doing this. It's probably about 300 meters away. There's a small open area which looks to be a city park or recreation area that they have taken over.
How much can I minimize this green paint by turning the robe inside out?
If you want to turn your robe inside out, that'll minimize most of it on your body. Your hands and face will still be covered, as will the majority of your McAndrates. I have deemed that you didn't get the optics covered because I was feeling nice.
Well, that is very kind of you.
I'm blind.
Yeah. I was like, man, what if he has robo eyes?
If he just got that in his normal eyes, that'd be worse.
Right.
Seems like
Then I could get some robo eyes.
It's a good range for those magnoculars, it seems.
Oh yeah, if you could get an outlying city, you could very clearly see into this little park or recreation if you guys climbed up one of its outlying buildings or hab units, depending on what the area looks like. Hab units might be infested with heretics, though.
Good.
So as he transfers the information, he's going to look back to the fighting and Linksy, lock in. And you'll see one of the guardsmen, this one being the one who was on you, Lothos, he does have robo eyes. He's got just two red lights just blinking out with these sort of copper platings and scalings. They look nice. They look a little older or sort of more mechanical than augmetic. And he's carrying a large pack. And he's going to start hooking up what looks to be essentially a minesweeper. And he'll see him take this sort of long input cord, the plug in it where it would plug into, say, an auxiliary unit, probably about this long, and he's just going to flip open a port on the side of his head and just slowly crank it into his own eyes. You'll see the lights flicker, and he'll begin just sort of moving out from place to place and putting a little reach into his pocket, pull out a stone and put it there, or a coin and put it there. And just sort of start marking areas. All right, you want to help us out? You do that, we'll get you to the spine. You need to be quick. I don't know how much time we have. He's going to turn and call to his guardsmen and go over that berm.
Not knowing anything about how radios work myself, I assume if I just fiddled the dials and tuned into a station, I might hear if they're broadcasting anything relating to this airfield.
Heretics?
Yeah.
You could try
Not
and
necessarily drawing
finagle.
attention.
You could try and finagle a signal. It'd be tech use -20.
I'll give that a shot. What do I got in tech use? I got 3 ticks, so that makes it flat.
3 ticks will make it
Plus 10, right?
Yes, or that'd be +20 for 3. So yeah, it'd be flat.
Okay, so I got to beat a 41. Nah.
You sit there and fiddle around for a bit while Lothos is finishing the patch-up job on Barbosa, just tying off the knot at this point and putting some gauze over. You sweep. There's some garble. You pass over some what you identify as encoded Imperial Guard transmissions, just garbles and flashes of words and symbols and phrases and syllables. Nothing that you could discern out of it. Give me a willpower check.
Stop with the willpower checks. I'm not good at these. If it's flat, that's a failure. If it has a minus, it's a bigger failure.
Buddy, you gotta put some points into it.
I've
Willpower.
put some. I need my next plan.
As you got this sort of headset on and you're holding up to one ear and you're fiddling with the dials and you're scratching over words and garble and white noise you hear, Phalos!
Is that a voice I recognize, or just my name?
Are you trying to tune back into it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not happy about it. But
Are you
I
tuning
gotta
back
know.
in? Uh-huh.
You try to dial back in and focus again on it. Listening. Phalos, help me. And you dial it in and you start sweeping back and forth, narrowing and narrowing, getting closer and closer signal to tune in. And you hear the crackle of flames and sparks of electricity. And you feel a wave of heat wash over you. As you breathe in, you smell promethium and smoke and charred flesh. And you hear in a long, just drawn out, ragged scream, "Why didn't you save us?" And then the line just, that actually,
Did anyone else hear that?
he's got the headset.
Oh, okay, good.
So as you hear that, there's going to be a spark and a puff of smoke from the Voxcaster. It's going to be rendered unusable for 1 hour.
Just
Go ahead
with
and
the
take-
scream. Oh yeah, I assumed. Something
Go ahead
was
and
coming.
take 5 insanity points. As the
Holy
ghosts,
shit.
as the
Delicious
ghosts of your past have come back to haunt you.
Welcome to the madness.
Guess I'm not the only one.
So yeah, as the scream is happening, and just before the smoke, I just yank the headset off and just start packing shit up. Like, yep, let's go.
Did you hear any information? Would it be useful?
No information. Heretics were not broadcasting signal. Are we ready?
Well,
As he kind of pats on the thing a little bit.
yep, we should be fine.
Okay.
Now the guy that was tracking the mines, that was not in our path. That was in their own path.
You don't know what he was doing.
Okay.
As you're
That's
standing
what I
there
assumed. I
watching,
saw that,
you
yeah.
see he sort of makes just
Wherever he places a penny, I'm not going. I know
he's
that much.
he's going the opposite direction you guys are.
Okay.
Yeah. He's going back down the street you guys came from, essentially. Maybe to see if you guys lay traps in case
That's
this
fair.
is their like retreat route or something like that. Because you guys have seen a lot of back and forth or signs of back and forth fighting from this area, so he may just be clearing the route back.
Yeah.
Phalos, do you know how to? Can you see or track where mines may be, so as us not to find any on our way to the airfield?
You can hunt for them too with your aspects.
We'll do so.
That's going to slow your guys' movement towards the airfield. These are going at a minesweeper pace.
I've seen more mines today than I have in the rest of my life, so I've planned to.
Well, it's your first war, so.
It still counts.
Yeah.
Well, by any means, I'm going to defer to the tech guy for sure. I mean, and yes, my scanner would be out as we move along.
So you pull out your
Batman?
aspects. You could. If you want a Batman, you got to go like 15 stories up. You guys are in the city now, and a lot of the buildings around you. The mildew is here. It seems more natural here. It just seems like it's a hot, humid planet. Nothing has moved, and there's been a lot of organic shit getting splashed all over the place. So it just looks grimy and wet and moist and mildewy. Some of the skyscrapers are toppled over into each other from bombings. Some of them have entire sides shattered out. Some of them are completely engulfed in flame. It's a smorgasbord of how fucked can this city get.
Okay, then.
Nice.
Yeah. As you guys have your aspects out. You guys are moving at a very slow pace. It's the middle of the night. Barbosa, you still can't see shit.
Well, I'm on the ground now, so whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just following the glowy tech priest. I can
Oh, yeah,
sure
there'd be
still
a
see a
glow.
little
There'd
bit
be
of
a glow from the screen.
phosphorescent. Well, then the phosphorescent paint all over them.
Yeah, that would be reflecting light as well. Very well,
Ah.
actually.
Maybe we could try and at least have myself and Lothos in the front trying to cover that from the airfield in front.
Do we have just like a bunch
Best
of
we could.
blankets to cover the tech priest with?
Do you have a bunch of blankets in your inventory?
No, sadly not.
No.
There's dead bodies everywhere. I could always just rip their clothes off.
There are dead people all over the place.
I was just gonna ask, is there dirt, mud?
Yeah, there'd be mud around.
You gonna pull a predator?
Basically.
You
Are
have
you
an
going
option.
to besmirch your glorious true
Not-
flesh with mud and dirt and
My
get
hands. I'm not gonna
grit?
cover my hands
Yes.
and face. I
Well,
can
you have
cover.
an optical mechanics right now. You don't have robo eyes. That's right.
No, it's shoulder mounted, so I can hit hands
Um,
and face without affecting machine.
Yeah, give me. Survival check.
Survival.
That's your Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So this is gonna be.
Is there
You
any
like
way? Is this to try and help him cover up? Like, is there any way that we can help him with this?
You can assist him and give him a +10.
I'd like to do so.
Well, then it's a 21. I gotta beat.
There's been better. You passed that
Yeah.
fucking intimidate.
Oh,
Oh God!
You could use a fate point.
Fate point! Fate point! Fate point!
is it worth a
To-
fate point?
To re-roll.
Maybe
It'll-
not, but I
you
mean,
could-
it's
you could
close
do
enough.
A +10 to the roll,
Or
I
just
don't
like
know what to
automatically
do.
succeed?
so you would succeed.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah. So with the help of Modius, you do manage to cover the majority of the paint. There's still some areas like the flare of your nostrils, your lips, your eyes that stand out, but it is much less noticeable. The
That's
mud
really got you
smells
good.
very bad. It smells like blood and insects and rot and vegetation. It's enough to make you gag a little bit.
Thing Mechanicus hates.
Yeah, everything. It's all the flesh. It's all the rot, all the bacteria and microorganisms of life. And the
I have to take a
frailty.
chemical shower anyway.
You're gonna like dunk yourself in acid, and you're just like, nope, just take the skin.
Basically.
Take it all.
I'll get new skin.
That's awesome.
So you guys make your way towards this airfield, picking your way through the rubble, sometimes passing through these colossal bombed-out buildings. You don't run across any resistance. You think that they might have all been moved out to go try and fight those Imperial Guards.
Right, you fucking pussies. Them blokes was complaining, couldn't do shit. Ain't even nothing out here.
As you approach, you see a number of things. One, you see electric lights radiating up from this park area. As you sort of turn the corner of the building and see down this alley, there's a sort of squared off area of the city that was most likely a recreation area. You can see the harsh yellow glow of what seemed to be either electric or some sort of similar power source of light. You see jutting over the low trees and foliage, some of the first trees you've seen since coming to this planet, actually. They're very low and squat and kind of tropical looking, wide, waxy leaves with the rain sort of glistening off of them. You see the bulk metal of the top of a Valkyrie that has been smeared and desiccated with these heretical symbols of rot and pestilence and plague and death. Just seeing them, even through whatever scope, optic, magnocular, cybernetic, you just feel a spike of pain in your mind. Modius and Phalos, you guys feel physically sick.
I can't see anything.
You have your scope from your sniper rifle.
There's lights here.
There's
Oh,
lights
it's-
coming
okay,
from
got
them,
it.
so you'd be able to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna need just looking about how many individuals does it look like are at this area?
You can't see into the base clearly from your position. There is too much low foliage. You can see the rise of what look to be imperial quick build bunkers. It's basically like metal sheeted sort of little hab units that are very quickly set up and easily discarded if need be. Mobile command centers. Almost see the shell of these sort of above this low scrub brush. The scrub brush itself, the trees, the maximum would be only like 10 meters. So enough to cloud your sight, not enough to like set up a sniper posting.
Okay then.
Is there any visible high ground that would like let me have like view over the airfield?
As a sniper, technically yes, but that would fuck up the combat. Because then we'd have to decide your angle of view and the degree of elevation and all that shit. So for the purpose of this, I'm gonna say no. I will plan for that, and the next time, I should have little sniper nests set up for you guys.
Okay. And no noticeable patrols at the moment on the exterior. Okay, then. Well then, I guess the best thing at this point, considering there's no noticeable guards set up, is to move up slowly. Just looking around at the perimeter, is there any like noticeable entryways? Obviously, probably a main gateway.
There's like a little metal archway with a paved path leading into this park. You see sort of the shape of ones on each side of this rectangle. From what you see of the camp from your position, the right side of your approach, so if the thing is right in front of you, to your guys' right, there seems to be a small, like the cluster doesn't seem to be as dense of buildings.
Okay.
Actually, let's just move you guys over.
I want to keep trying to kind of scan around with those binoculars to try and make sure I don't see any patrols or anyone posted up.
Yeah.
On top, on side, inside windows, whatever the case might be.
It looks like this Imperial Guard ambush has turned into a perfect diversion.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that the enemy has sent the majority of their forces in this area towards dealing with that.
Do you have dynamic lighting set up?
Can you not see in some of the buildings?
I can't see anything.
It's pitch black.
Yeah, we're black here.
Okay. Hold on.
Did you give our token sight or has sight?
I'm liking the music though. I'll give you that.
Thank you. Okay, hold on. We'll just reveal the map because you guys are good enough role players not to spoil it for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
You guys see it now?
Nope.
No. You might have to switch us to
hold on.
another map and then switch us back to this one.
It says dynamic lighting is off, so let's try.
Do you have dynamic lighting and also fog of war up at the same time?
I could do it.
You see it now?
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
A lot of it's
Okay.
still blacked out too, if that's intentional.
Not for me. I
Buildings.
can see everything.
There should be some grids that are.
I
just
mean,
like,
inside the buildings.
Oh,
It's like
inside the
building
building,
foundation. Yeah, those are
Okay.
building walls and foundations and stuff like that.
Cool.
So this
So-
is at the moment what we can see then.
You guys can't see in the buildings.
Yeah.
Not
Not yet at least. We'll eventually be able to see through buildings, guys.
Well, actually,
Yeah, right.
Actually, wait, we can
yeah.
technically.
Actually, I think Phalos and Modius can see through buildings with their auspex.
I do have
and
the
McAndroid.
scanner.
You'd
What's
have to
the
do a
range?
test.
The range on that isn't. Yeah, the range isn't.
It's actually
huge.
pretty far. It's like 40 meters, isn't it?
I'll go check it out.
I know I had like infrared. I don't like heat thermal. I don't know if I had X-ray.
50 meters. Holy shit! Yeah, that is a lot.
Thermal would read extremely high heat sources.
Yeah, because based on what I
Um,
wrote down from when we went over it, I had various lenses and then night
Okay.
vision.
That's fine.
infrared.
With the auspex, go ahead and do me the auspex check. I think that's awareness plus 20. Okay. So, yeah, you managed to ping, and what did we say the range was on that?
50 meters, which
50?
I just verified. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Wow. Okay, so each grid square is going to be 3 meters. Or, yeah, 3 meters. I know the ratio's off for sizing, but it's something we're just going to try since, I can't do each grid square 1 meter. I could.
Pretty huge.
I could, actually.
I believe you could change to meters and such. They don't.
I tried.
Do a lot.
Yeah.
They don't. Mm.
No, they have the
Pan.
square count on it, which is empirical settings, I believe. So we're gonna try the. Let's do one grid square is 1.5 meters. So you can move 2 with your 3 and 4 and so on and so forth. That'll give you guys a little more range, and that's just gonna be for movement. For actual like ranging and shit like that, we'll figure it out.
Let's see. So 1.5.
So you can essentially ping. We'll say you can ping the barracks, and you pick up that guy, and you ping the command center and pick up that cluster.
Okay.
That makes sense because if you look in the barracks where there's the beds,
Mhm.
like that little stretch right there is about 3 squares. So
Yeah.
that would be like
9
4.5 meters, which is like about 16 or like
9,
a
10
little
feet.
like 13, 14 feet, which looks about right. So I think that's a
Okay.
good enough.
We'll use that for now and see how it goes.
Oh.
So you guys have not been discovered. I want you guys to do stealth rolls. It'll be flat. Actually, I'll give you guys a plus 20 because you know that there are no roaming guards that are visible to you right now.
Both plus 20. That's not bad.
Like you know where people are.
So it'll be plus 30 for me. Woo! No one can see me. I'm invisible.
Okay. So Modius,
Why does
you pass, I assume.
Yes.
Phalos, do you pass?
New. I'm off by 6.
Barbosa, you pass.
With like 7 degrees
Target
of success,
0.
8 degrees of success.
Yeah, I don't know why it fucks up so badly. So I have a 40, and then it's plus 10, plus 20.
Okay.
So
So you
yeah,
pass
I
with 2 degrees. Okay.
I believe that's 3 degrees of success.
3
at that
degrees?
point.
Cool. So whoever passed, you can move your token that many grid squares for positioning before we even get into moving and sneaking up on people and stuff like that. We'll say that
That
you guys were
many-
able to, that many squares.
That many being our degrees of success?
Yes.
Or,
I will say you can't go into the buildings. The doors are closed. You'd have to like interact with the people. This is just you guys getting an ability to position yourselves better than I am positioned.
These buildings, could I get on top of these buildings?
You could. It wouldn't be
Use 'em.
stealthy, or it wouldn't be quiet. Like they're metal buildings.
How tall are they?
They are about 3-4 meters.
4 meters. I could actually give you a boost.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, I could do like a little, like, you put a little throw me up, and I
So
have
if you
pretty good
two like move up to like here,
I get into the living position and just.
that will
pop
be
them.
your guys' bonus, essentially. Or
Like
a little thing for the degrees of stealth. That'll be where you guys get to go.
Okay.
And then that's where you guys will be positioned. So you two who failed, you guys are trying to be stealthy. But as you come into the glaring light and the sound of running machinery and You know that there's heretics in here. You just feel guys' heartbeats just race.
If I didn't let people know with the pings that I got, especially with the barracks ones, I would let them know that there's at least one person in there.
Okay. So you tell them, or they that is, and you
yeah.
tell them the 3 in the command center.
Yeah, with whatever initial read I got, if we're all together, I presume that was the whole point of the check, certainly.
So we get the read, and then we all move out to separate positions. Then I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are moving. He's relaying information. Phalos and Modis, you guys are scared. Like, you know what's about to happen. You know you're about to get into combat again, and maybe it's just against what hopefully are normal people. But like,
these are the ones that just blow up when you shoot them, right?
Yeah, this whole adventure has just been extremely stressful.
They don't all do that. Nowadays.
So, as Barbosa gets lifted up onto the roof,
sure, like he kind of like kneels down and like makes a little cradle out of his feet, and I run, and he like kind of springboards me up, and like I do a little ninja flip onto the top.
Okay, I want an athletics check from Lothos and an acrobatics check from you.
Don't ruin this with checks now.
Well, fuck. Athletics is like my worst thing.
You offered.
I know.
Yeah, so I have acrobatics plus 10. Any pluses or minuses?
I should give you a minus, but no.
We're technically assisting each other.
No, you're not.
No, we're not.
I think this is my first fucking game master session. All right. So
I'm going to just go ahead and use a fate point to make sure I pass mine.
You won't pass. You'd have to re-roll.
I think there's a thing where
it's not to auto pass.
Now, if you already succeed, you can give yourself another degree of success.
It is page 294 on the PDF. And I think it's on the top right of that page. It'll show you a quick little list of what you can use.
You can re-roll a test. You gain a +10 to a bonus before you roll. You get 1 degree of success if you've already rolled it. You can get wait. I've rolled a 10.
So looks like I'm gonna have to re-roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a fate point, so I'm not completely fucked in the negatives.
Okay.
That gives me a +20, and then that does that, so it's pretty much a straight roll at that point. Here we go. Man, only if we had somebody with muscles and explosives and a flame, like so many.
Yeah, you guys could just like throw grenades. Okay.
Fuck.
You fail?
Yeah.
Okay. So, here's what happens. You guys are running up. Phalos, Modius, you guys are sort of following after them a little slower just because of your sort of not wanting to be here. You see them sort of do this quick interaction, like, yeah, let's do it. Lothos gets on the ground. Barbosa just does this running jump sprint, but he's too chunky for the very spindly, thin ecclesiarchal assassin, and he just can't get enough heft. Barbosa, with your acrobatics, you do execute your front flip, but you are not high enough to get on the roof, so you have to reach out and grab it, which produces a very loud banging noise. And I want you guys...
It's just a pigeon.
Keep in mind, I rolled like 9 degrees of success.
I'm aware. That's why you didn't like face plant into the wall. I want you guys to roll initiative.
Sorry, my degree of failure fucked you over.
And I have added a macro as well, if you guys want to use that.
Ooh.
How on earth do you get an 11 for initiative? Fuck.
What's the macro data?
It's the right macro. Yeah.
Where's the macro at?
In the macro bar, it'll say initiative.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Do you want us to use the custom, or do you want to just hit the agility?
That's what I did, was hit agility. Underneath all your main characteristics is fate points and initiative.
Did you make a macro inside the macro tab?
I did make a macro. It might just be for me. Yeah, there's an initiative on the character sheet.
You can make it public. It's inside the settings. It's all the way at the bottom. Who can see the macros that you make?
For the record, these white lines, are they doors?
Yes.
Closed, I presume?
closed, yes. They are reinforced. They aren't like blast doors or ship holes or anything like that, but they will like block small arms fire easily.
Sure.
Okay, and then I roll for all of the heretics at once. Checked the book. Wow. Okay. And then plus, where is this? Agility. Okay, so okay, so the heretics go first. Coming out of the building, move.
Even though Phalos got an 11?
Yeah, they got a 13.
Oh.
They rolled a 10 plus their agility. Yeah.
So high is good. Okay.
High is good in initiative.
Thought it was low.
I double checked that. It is high is good initiative. I don't know why. Whatever. The heretic will come and
So am I still hanging off the side of the building?
you're
or
on
down?
top. You're on top of the roof.
Okay,
You
so I
got
scrabbled up
there.
there.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
up there. That's what I was saying. Like it wasn't a complete botch. It was just loud.
I just let them know. Okay.
You got on up there and alerted them. Yes.
Probably gonna be able to do that anyways. It just would have been loud.
I need to look up movement because it's confusing. Okay, just so I'm not flipping through the book, movement and combat. How much of your action does it take?
So there's like you have
Half,
4
full,
different
charge,
options.
whatever, and
Yeah.
half is half of your action.
So you like have like a no. So half is half of your move action. It's like you have
Okay.
1 action for move and then 1 action to do other stuff basically. So you
Okay.
can do a full move and then attack, or you can aim. It's like you have 2.
Yeah.
Like a half a movement. Your full movement only uses half of your
Okay.
round basically. So it's like that half movement is only a quarter of your total turn.
Okay. He is gonna go to the door. That's his full movement, and he's gonna open it, peek out, see you all there, and he's dressed in these sort of ragged, muddy, sort of sweat-stained rags. He looks sick. Like he's got a run of mucus coming out. He's got this encrusted yellow eyes. His hair's falling out. He almost looks like he's sick with radiation poisoning. You're not sure, but these broken, jagged teeth sort of just open in surprise, and he doesn't have his weapon drawn. So he is going to draw his weapon and take aim. That's going to be his turn. Ah, shit. These guys use their movement to get out. And they're actually not going to be able to see you from that angle.
Would they have heard it all the way over there? It's like 50 meters away or something like
You're
that.
right.
And
Let's
it's
give
raining
him-
150 meters in the rain.
Let's give them a check. It'll be a hard check for them too, because that makes sense. There's also running machinery. They're inside. It's the command center. Actually, you're right. These guys have no idea what's going on. This guy did not call out or raise an alarm, so that's going to be his turn.
And only if we had suppressors, guys.
Okay. Phalos. You see this heretic. He's still inside. He sort of just peeked out for a second and is aiming what looks to be a sort of dirty, some sort of solid projectile weapon, you assume. Just looks uncared for. It's smudged with carbon and buildup. And then, what would you like to do, though?
Well, if I can move into a position where I can get a line of sight on him, I would like to shoot him until he is dead.
Okay, so 1.5 meters per grid square.
No.
And I can move how far as a half action?
So you can move your full movement with a half action.
So I
Depend.
can move 6, which is 4 squares.
Yes.
So I can get there.
Yes. You would have line of sight on him.
Then I will take a standard attack action.
Okay. Are you aiming? Are you doing anything special?
I don't believe I can aim and still shoot this turn since I had to move, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just
Yeah,
going
like
to take a
you get
shot?
Full moon, right?
Yeah.
All right. With the hand cannon?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a ballistics check. Okay. As you pump out a roaring shot with his hand cannon, it's going to go wide over his shoulder, pummeling into the paneling behind him. He's going to raise his eyes and sort of try to tuck himself into this corner. It's not really big enough for him to get in. They definitely know you're here now.
Yeah. I guess we're fighting now, boys.
Anything else?
I believe that's all my actions that I can take, so I'm good.
Okay. Odious.
Did you hit him, Phalos?
No.
Did you hit him?
No.
such I feel. Did you hit him? Oh no!
All I heard was the bang.
I just imagine fucking Lothos and Barbosa just looking at these two amateurs like, what the fuck are you doing?
Do I have a line of sight from here?
No. You'd be able to probably clip his arm, so you'd have to do a called shot. You'd be able to clip either his right arm or his right leg.
I'm not calling shot. I'm not the kind of guy that calls shots. I'm going to come over and get a clean eye.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be right in front of him.
Okay. And we'll use the light pistol.
Okay, not the.
Do you want to try it out?
No.
No.
Not
No.
yet.
All right. Yeah. Give me a ballistics check.
Oh, ballistics. I'm not gonna try the hit with the ranged weapon attack.
What?
Ballistics is for guns, and then weapon skills for melee.
Oh no, I was just gonna say with the in the gear under the light pistol, it's got the hit button.
I think that actually
I'm
works.
not using that.
No,
Yeah, the
you're gonna-
weapons. No weapons.
Either way,
work.
Yeah, their weapon works, so you can actually.
so it gives
I
me
think-
I can use half aim, right, for a +10.
No, because you moved. You can only if you aim, you can't move.
It's much more realistic than D&D. So it's you're taking these few seconds to dash forward
Yeah.
and either pop off a shot. So it's a little more limited, unfortunately, in what you could do.
All
You
right.
could just do a wind
Is it
shot
easier
at 'em.
for? Yeah, I was gonna say if it's easier, I'll just give you that. I'll just throw off that ballistics.
And you're point blank too, I believe, for a las pistol.
Okay.
So that's a +20, correct?
Okay. It's a fail.
Fail. Okay. As you also get in front of this heretic and draw out this las pistol that you have slayed many a heretic before with, your shot actually will hit him, but it is absorbed by the armor. It's only a glancing shot in the first place, and these sort of leather scraps and rags that he's wearing around him seem to be actually pretty good at dispersing heat. And he'll sort of just let him a throaty, gargling chuckle full of phlegm and mucus, and you see a little globble of just hard yellow mucus sort of cough out and spill onto his scraggly beard.
Oh god, it's gotta. Can I use? I have enough to movement to go back over here.
Movement is all one
6
thing
total.
in Dark Heresy.
Oh, so I move, and that's all I got.
You do your movement, and then that's all your movement. For that, you're gonna take.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. And I just shot at him.
It's a new system. We're all getting used to it. It's okay.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm okay with it. You're in front of me.
That's why I said, "Oh shit."
Okay, Barbosa.
All right. So,
you see this tech priest and your navigator sort of run out in front of this building pretty courageously, actually, and just pop shots into this building.
no, not courageously. Fucking retarded. It's fucking stupid, right? All right. So what I want to know can I peek over the edge of this building? And is his head going to be poking out so I can drill him right through the top of his noggin?
In what building?
Right, so the guy, I'm on top of the building, right? I'm
Yeah.
on top of the barracks. The guy that they're shooting at, is he
Underneath you.
inside the building still?
He is inside the building still, yes.
So there's no part of him like poking out or anything like
No.
that? Okay, so...
He is inside the doorway trying to tuck against the wall for cover.
Could I... This is going to be a lot. If I were to like lean over the edge and like not completely like hang off or rappel down, but like lean around, could I like shoot around the corner, or is it that he's still not going to be, is there no way I'd be able to get a sight on him?
If you want to like if you want to lay down and lean the top half of your torso over the doorway and take a shot,
Yeah, like upside down, just kind of like lock my legs around like something like a.
it will be -20.
-20 to do that. Okay, so that should either that or nah. So instead of doing that, what I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna use I'll probably just, let's see, I'm trying to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd figure that they got the guy down there. I know Lothos is down there too, so I'd come across here and just kind of set up like Overwatch basically in case.
You want to do Overwatch action?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 45-degree cone. I'm guessing you're just covering this expanse.
Yeah, I'm gonna
here.
go this way and just kind of like see if anybody comes running. It seems like that's where most of the complex is. Like,
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot else that I like. This is where all the buildings are, so I'm gonna see if anybody comes running from that direction.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna have my rifle out on top.
Anything
of that.
else?
Is there like any parapets or anything like that? Like I could kind of be tucked behind, like get any kind of cover? Or am I,
No,
like,
it's just a flat square. It's slightly rounded, just so,
So
the
I'm
rain
just gonna-
doesn't collect, but it's not. There's no cover up here.
So I'm just gonna be prone then, just getting as much cover as I can by being prone with my rifle out.
Okay. Lothos.
Well, considering how much they're shooting there, I would assume whatever's in there is hopefully dead at this point. Not. But you know, I have some confidence in these individuals.
That's.
I did ask if he hit him, and he said no.
But then you went over there and shot. And I saw you blow somebody up.
Yeah, with the
shot,
Michael
so-
Bay cannon. So yeah.
So I'm going to move over here with half my movement. And then I'm going to, let me double check. If I'm correct, I could set up for Overwatch as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much watching over here, this area.
Okay. Anything else?
That would be about it. Considering we're going loud right now, it's best for, if people are going to come to us, they're going to come to us.
Okay. Hold on.
About to.
Straight into the jaws of hell, yeah.
Hold on.
Come at me, you sick bastards.
Oh, you guys lucked out. He's got a revolver, not an auto gun.
Oh.
He was just gonna open spray like right through his doorway. No.
So only
and
one of you are getting fucked over.
Instead, this guy that you guys have been dealing with, he is going to. You guys don't have a lot of movement. Yeah. He's going to move back a little bit. And he is. He's going to do a called no, he can't. It's full action. He's just going to take a shot because he moved. He can't do an aim or anything like that. His ballistic skill is not super high, so you should be okay. Hypothetically.
It's a pretty good roll.
It's not enough. So as he takes a few steps back, sort of looks like he's trying to tuck his way in back here and get some cover. He lets out a shot with this revolver, and you just feel the wind rip past your head. This thing almost pegs you in the face. just whistle past your head and go into the underbrush. Phalos, you sense it as well as it goes just in between the two of you. In the meantime, so that would mean that a run is their full turn, essentially.
Yeah, it's like using both halves of their action or whatever.
Right. So
Same with the charge. It's just a charge lets them also do a weapons attack. A charge is like the full action though.
And so what at a full move is the full. Okay, yeah. So these guys are going to do their full movement. Open the door. Lothos, you will have eyes on him. If you want to take your Overwatch shot.
Yeah, I think they have to like. There's a pinning thing. Let me see. It's like they have to test to get pinned or not.
Shoots targets and blah blah blah. Targets of an Overwatch shot must make a +0 pinning test or become pinned, even if the attack did not do damage.
Yeah,
you do have to hit though.
Okay. So let me. Where is my? Okay, so, and then it's a reaction, so I don't get to aim or anything. So it's just gonna be straight ballistics, right? Do I get any bonuses for elevation?
You know what? He's in the open. You're in a setup position. You're a sniper. I'll give you a +20.
Okay, and then it's a standard. Oh, it's not a standard attack. I don't think. I think it's. I don't think I roll. I don't know if I roll a standard attack.
You're supposed to specify before when you do it, and you can do either standard, semi-auto, or full auto.
Okay, it would have been standard. So
okay.
I would have been doing just a standard attack. So then it was going to be +30. Motherfucker.
I was gonna say.
How many fate points have you used?
3.
3.
Better re-roll that shit.
Tell me why I should
save you.
That's
gonna be.
You did say that was the last time you were gonna be nice too.
Is Barbosa supposed to die this session? Like
It's gonna
this
happen.
is like the 4th time he.
I'm gonna use a fate point. I'm gonna use a fate point so my gun doesn't explode in my face.
Okay, we're gonna say that's your last one for this session, just until we check it. That's 4 fate points.
Also,
I think that's as much as anyone has.
Fair enough.
If I'm right, you start off with 3, and then if you roll your threshold number, you get an extra 1.
I think that's what it is as well. So that's fine. Keep doing it. Yeah, go ahead and re-roll.
I know I started off with 4. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, you should,
like my standard number is 4.
Probably just have 4.
And then if you roll your like when do you, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
So this will be my last one for the session. So.
Okay. So yeah, just go ahead and do a re-roll.
There we go. Much better. And
Okay.
then the sniper rifle, I get +1 D10 for every degree of success.
Up
every
to
2 degrees of success, up to 2 extra D10.
Okay.
So basically, I'm going to roll 3 D10, and then it'll be 3 D10.
Go
plus.
for target area for where you hit.
Okay, 1 D10.
Or a D100. I guess you could do a D10.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Because that would just mean that 8. No, do a D100. What's that? 15? 16? 15?
Yeah, 15.
15. You might have gotten a headshot.
This poor guy.
No, you got the right arm. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
So it's +4. So I'm going to do 3 D10. Just roll 3 D10, and it's going to be that +4.
This poor guy's arm.
Okay.
So I did 21 damage.
Yeah, you do not get Righteous Fury, so you don't crit. For his wounds, though, he only has 4 soak. Or he's got 7
damage.
He's got 7 soak.
So then I do 14 damage.
I'm not mistaken. I'm looking at his how many.
Also,
I'm looking at how many fucking wounds this poor bastard has.
Also, the sniper rifle has pen 3.
Pen 3. Oh.
Well.
You say that. I know a lot of people who have taken a sniper shot to the shoulder from like 20 feet out and been fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's close range, so I didn't even factor that in.
I need to figure out where these guys' wounds are in the character sheet.
Yeah, isn't
Hold
that
on.
point
It'll take
blank
just
for
a
you?
second.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he has more than 10 because I have 11, and I'm the
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure bro drops.
He actually has a fair amount of wounds. He has 11 wounds, but that is going to outright kill him. So as the two of you are firing at this heretic, Lothos, as you're setting up a sniper position, waiting for your friends to die, the Modius and Phalos, you see this heretic dressed very similar to this guy come running out, and his arm just gets blown the fuck off. Like, it is completely ripped from his body. There is no screaming. There's no cry of pain. He just drops dead from the shock instantly.
And then over the Vox speed, you hear, "Got one."
Okay. The next one is going to move out.
And I'm assuming that's like my reaction, so I can't do
Yes.
anything else, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that is. I will double check after the session, but that would be a little nuts.
Yeah, if I
Take
can
a
just
shot
like,
on
haha,
every
one
single
down,
man.
oh, another one
That's
down,
a
oh,
little
another one
insane.
down. So I'll just rack
Um,
my bolt back and prepare to shoot this guy whenever I get the chance on my turn.
8 times 1.5.
12.
12. It's 12 meters. You'd be within range. He's going to take a shot at Phalos. He's going to fail. So another stub round whips past the two of you as you see this one heretic sort of dart out of this building and take a shot. And you're hoping that's it. You're praying to the God Emperor, to his holy embrace, that is the last terrible thing that is coming out of this building. It is not.
It is not.
Coming out of the building now, Modius, you sense it before you see it. Something familiar almost. It sounds like the voice feels in your head, the one that's been tempting you and goading you. This thing walks out. It may have once been human, but no more. The amount of mutations that have begun to infect this thing's shell are rampant. You see its jaw has broken and unhinged like a snake, displaying almost 7-inch long needle-like teeth, row upon row of them, glistening with drool and mucus. You see a long, almost tendril-like tail flowing out from beneath robes, and just a sense of unreality from this thing.
I can free action sinus science check. So that's what that 32
Okay.
was.
This is definitely something affected by the warp. It doesn't seem to have the same sort of imprint as the witch did, but it still is leaving a very prominent stain on reality. He has a number of things for abilities, because all of his mutations are random. So I need you guys to test for fear.
Was that flat willpower, or how's it work again?
Is that everyone?
Everyone who can see it.
Okay.
So
I have no clue what's going on.
yeah, you can't see him. Yeah, Modius. Actually,
Modius probably can't.
only Phalos would see it.
Oh, right, because it's like kind of blocked by the. I
Yeah,
can maybe
it's
see,
still
like,
it's still in the building.
kind of reaching around the corner or something
Yeah.
like that.
Like you
but-
see a grasping, rotted hand, and the slither of the tail maybe lashing out. Phalos, you see pretty much half the profile of it, so I need you to test for fear, and I'm looking that up right now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh shucks. Eh.
I have a sneaking suspicion that is willpower, and that is not my highest.
What you're saying is you need willpower.
Willpower is
about
not
right.
a dump stat. It's not like wisdom in a fucking D&D. It's like you
What do you mean
need the
dump stat?
willpower.
I rolled dice and it told me what they all were. There was no dump stat. I rolled dice and it said, "This is what you get."
Yeah, this isn't fucking D&D. We don't play that
You get
shit.
to pick where
Um,
shit
Let's
goes.
It's okay.
And
My
there-
fellowship's 27.
Plus, I think willpower was the stat that you have to roll 3
there
dice
we
and
go.
take
Fear,
the 2
fear
lower.
and shock.
It matters
Um,
where you're from, honestly. Most places give you negatives to willpower.
Mine did.
Mine gave me bonuses to toughness.
Okay, so it's it's a willpower test minus 10.
So I got to beat a 19.
I failed.
Oh God, no.
That's
Okay.
sad to say this, but that's nowhere close to 19.
You got a 9 in there, though. I mean,
There is a 9 and a
Okay,
0.
so you fail by 8 degrees.
Yeah, I do.
We'll down it to 7 because you said 16. We'll down it to 7 degrees.
Only 7.
Only 7.
I need you to roll a D100.
Bring it.
pretty sure you just shit out a bolt. Or
A
two.
70. So it's a 70 plus 70 to equal you out to 140. Which for your mental trauma, you're also going to gain an additional 7 insanity points.
I'm just racking those up today.
Actually, you know what? Down to 3.
Yeah, you
Being
That's-
crazy.
took a
yeah.
shitload earlier too.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
you're
already
gonna
off
lose
the
one.
edge.
So as you see this thing coming out, you just start laughing. Like, this is insane. This is nuts. This is completely bonkers. You start laughing hysterically, almost doubling over. Firing wildly or attacking whatever he has at hand.
Oh no.
And you're in a manic frenzy.
And,
Are you gonna kill me?
And Modeus is right next to you.
Modeus,
You're going to do.
This
You're
will-
attempting to do friendly fire twice.
So this effect lasts until the character snaps out of it,
Oh.
or until he is knocked unconscious or otherwise incapacitated. So snapping out of it. So on your next turn, you can do a willpower test to try and snap out of it.
Until then, he's just shooting anything that moves.
Yes. I'm going to make you roll for what you're aiming at. But yes. And this thing does not have any... Actually, he has a gun. He has hands. 9 times 1.5. You guys are in range. You're going to be standing right. He's going to sort of level what looks to be a shotgun at the two of you.
Shotgun just creeps around the corner of this building. Bah! That's gonna be long range for a shotgun, though. I think, isn't it?
Their range is 30 meters
Pretty
for
decent.
shotgun. Yeah. Yeah, so he's just gonna take a flat shot. His ballistic skill is pretty good.
9 squares, 1 point.
Oh my god, you lucky bitches. All right, so he does level this, looks like an old sort of pump action hunting shotgun, and just lets out a spray. And Phalos, you feel and hear a few clink off of your Macandrites. No effect. Modius, they miss you completely, but you do hear just sort of sharp whistling noises as these pellets fly past you and impact into the bushes behind, shredding some of the foliage. Phalos, what would you like to do?
I would like to fire wildly at anything.
Okay,
Unless I make that will
so
save
what
up
you
top.
can see... Yeah, go ahead and make the willpower save.
Okay.
It's gonna be a minus 10.
Beginning to add.
A minus 10.
Well, that's a 19 I gotta beat. I was just double checking what I can do. So I could get a plus 10 from a fate point. But honestly, those odds are almost as terrible. So
So no fate
Slightly
point.
better. Slightly better.
we're just gonna believe in the heart of the dice and see what happens. Nah,
The dice
See,
don't believe in
this
you.
isn't D&D.
You're getting closer.
Yeah, this isn't D&D, man. We don't pray to the dice. We pray to the God Emperor. So
You failed.
you're gonna fail, and you see Lothos. What the fuck? Yeah,
Oh.
Lothos. You see Lothos,
Some
Modius,
trees.
the heretic, and the demon. Which
Can you
is
see the
perfect.
heretic? Because it looks like the heretic.
He can see one.
Oh, the other one over
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can't see you cannot see the one in the building.
That's
He has
actually
moved
the
out of your
existential threat. Yeah.
line of sight. So, okay, you're gonna take a shot at the heretic that just ran out of the building.
Woo! He doesn't blow Modeus' head off.
I'll take it.
Literally
Hit
could
for
have
one
like
more
stuck that
round.
hand
So
cannon
it's
to the back of
just-
his head.
Yeah, it's just panic
What
fire,
about
so you're not
this?
gonna get to like aim or anything like that. It's just gonna be a standard shot. You're just laughing hysterically, like raising the shaking gun, just let out a shot with your hand cannon. Missing the heretic
Yeah, pretty solid.
as the round glances off of the shell of the building behind him, ricocheting and pinging off into the wood flare. You think that's the funniest fucking thing you've seen in a long time, though.
You wouldn't think I have a decent ballistic skill, but I do.
Okay. Anything else? You can still move.
I guess if I'm afraid, would I be running away, or am I rooted to the spot?
You are overcome with hysterical mania. Is the description of your mental trauma that you are experiencing right now. You know what? Take all those insanity points away. I'm not going to give you guys insanity points every time you succumb to fear. That's going to be nuts. Those are expensive to remove too. Yeah, so fear, you don't want to get closer to this thing. Because that's funny, but that's also the scariest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. But just that thing. The other heretics you could attack, charge, eat. I don't know, whatever you want to do. You want to eat them? You can eat them.
I think what makes sense is to move into the barracks, because then I don't have to look at this thing anymore.
Hey, buddy. Nice to meet you.
So I
I'm
believe
You
Phalos.
fucking see that out there?
right there.
There's something out there that shouldn't be.
Not even remotely concerned with the fact that that guy now has complete and total
Eyes on you.
freedom to
Yeah.
get me.
Okay. Modius.
Fucking... Guys, pretty sure Phalos fucking lost it.
You see him run into the building laughing hysterically after pumping around at this heretic that has clambered out of the command center.
That dude's crazy.
It's crazy.
And I'm working on a standard shot at the heretic in the barracks there.
Okay, so you can aim and stuff like you haven't moved.
I got
so
I got a full aim on. So full aim I can do is plus 20, and it just takes it right on.
Full aim is your whole action, so you'd want to do a
you'd
half aim.
spend like the
Half
whole
aim.
round aiming.
Yeah.
So you can do like
So-
a half
Oh,
aim, which is
gotcha.
a plus 10.
And then plus 10 for your
Cool.
standard attack, so it'd be plus 20 total.
Basically, your half aim is you lining it up in the sights. The full aim is you like
Half
sitting
aim,
there,
and with this
taking
it'd
a
be
breath.
standard range or short.
Probably
short
standard
range.
for your last pistol.
It's only like 4 meters.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I need to make bigger maps.
And standard shot, no modifiers. Okay,
It'd be a plus 10.
He pass either way.
got it.
You got it?
Michael Bay pistol.
So, roll. Damn, that's some good damage.
Holy
Roll for
shit.
hit location.
Rolled a 9 out of 10. Yeah.
And then hit location's a D100. Okay, 32.
Wonder if this guy's hiding another ambassador pineapple.
If you hear pineapples, you know what to do.
All right, so square in the chest. He does have some armor, and it seems to be resilient to the last fire, as we said before. But you are gonna punch through and do. So he's got 4 armor and 3 toughness. I think that totals out to a 7 soak. So he's gonna chunk up 7 of that damage from the 11. He's still gonna get hit for 4, taking him down to 7 wounds left. As you see the beam of light sort of rip forward from this pistol and hit him square in the chest. He screams out in agony as you see it smoking, the leather melting into his own flesh as he like claws at it madly, trying to get the burning off. Would you like to do anything else?
Yeah, after that, I'm going to assume that Phalos is going to handle the rest of it. And come over here to see what I was sensing, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
And just kind of, I'm gonna stay up against the wall, but take a look out.
I need you to make a fear check.
Of course you do.
-10.
I'm gonna assume Phalos is handling it. I pressed myself up against the wall, hiding not from the guy in there, but
You
from
giggled and ran in towards him. I was like, yeah, of course you
Yeah, he
got
thought
it.
you were having
I got
fun.
you a head start, okay? What's all right?
Now there's nothing else to shoot in the room. It's a smart move.
Actually,
Yeah, right.
do you have Jaded?
I am, yeah.
Phalos, do you have Jaded?
Oh God, no!
Okay.
I need so much more.
Don't
willpower
worry
before
about
I
the
can
willpower
buy that
check.
thing.
Okay.
He's a scary mutant, but he's just a mutant.
God.
He's like you, but more fucked up.
Hey.
He's like you 50 years from now.
It's like a little window into the
Yeah.
future.
Drop
him.
Let me mark this guy's wounds real quick. He's got 7 soak. That's
Lothos
nuts.
was just over there chilling, just like.
You're just like, oh, this is so nice.
They got this. They got that handled. I'll just cover this
It's
point right
literally
here.
all falling apart at the seams, like right around the corner. Like,
Anything else, Modius?
That's all for me, thanks.
All right, Barbosa.
gonna
So you
rack
see
that-
this creeping hand reach around the corner. You don't have a shot on it, but you do have a shot at this motherfucker hanging out.
Yeah, I definitely want to just take care of that dude first before
Okay.
this other thing comes around the corner. So,
I know you
Still-
you're aiming, you got your fucking bullshit sniping shit and close range and go roll.
yeah. So basically, hang on one second. I keep losing
You're
my
probably gonna obliterate him into a pink mist.
gear sniper rifle roll to hit. So it's gonna be a half aim. Think this is short range. What? Yeah. Well, would this be point blank for a sniper rifle?
It is
Because I think at point blank is anything less than half of
so
your
it's
range.
6 squares, which would be
It'd be 9 meters.
9 meters, which is 18 feet.
So that's like point blank for
Pretty
a sniper
much, yeah.
rifle.
Yeah, I need
Okay.
to.
Feel
We're gonna
that,
have to work on
The
ranges
scaling,
for
yeah.
maps. Yeah, 'cause this is.
And then
I'm not gonna be letting you guys do this
semi-auto.
bullshit every time.
Hey,
And then
everybody's
it's
got a
also accurate, so I get another +10 when I aim.
Yeah.
sniper.
Don't worry, your target's only
One of
103.
Good.
Okay, go ahead and roll hit location and damage.
That's 10 degrees of success.
He rolled a 9 too. Holy shit.
So, and that's a headshot.
It's a headshot.
And then I'm gonna do 3d10 for the damage, +4.
The fuck?
So, and then I have a pin of 3.
So you're not gonna drop
You gonna pin
him.
him?
So pin 3 is gonna take away 3 of his armor. He still has 4 soak. So that's gonna down him to 9 damage total. He's still gonna be up. But as you hit him in the head, you hit him right in the eye, and the round just blows out the side of his head. Like all the eye socket, the angle was a little off, so you went in pretty much so it just blew out the side. The dude just drops and screams in agony for a sec, clutching at the mangled ruins of his face, trying to like scoop the meat back into the socket. He's still alive.
Scoop of the meat.
He has taken critical damage though, so he's fucked up.
Hang on, did you incorporate the +4 into that?
Oh, there's a +4 as well.
Yeah, there's a
Oh.
Yeah.
+4.
He's fucking dead. He writhes around on the ground for a few seconds after getting his eye blown out, and then his body sort of catches up and like, oh, and it just dies.
Oh, I'm dead.
You're just gonna hear over the Vox, got another one.
Think I got one too.
You hear maniacal laughter.
Lothos, check out the tech priest.
Tech priest.
Tech priest, what do?
We're at.
Okay, it is your turn, Lothos.
Okay then. Can't really check on the tech priest with. I guess I'll move to about. What type of action would it take to operate the microbead?
Free action.
Reaction.
Reaction? Okay. Where's the tech priest? That's not his voice. Where's the tech priest at?
In the barracks.
There it is.
I mean, you can also just talk directly to me, but either way, the response is just.
He, ha, ha, laughter. Funny. Guess I will get up to this point. Is the door open?
No.
Okay.
It's a very simple opening thing. though.
Click.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there.
It opens up, and you're met with a laughing tech priest and a heretic who looks in over his head.
Can I shut the door again?
Yes.
Okay, I shut the door again.
Dick move.
What are you talking about?
You sort of meet eyes with the heretic, and you just slowly
close the door.
He
I
just
don't
sort
know
of nods and smiles like, "Thank you."
I can see this tech priest just laughing out loud to himself. It was like, I don't know what weird shit this guy's about to do in here, but I don't want to be in here for that shit.
He's probably laughing in binary. It just sounds like a DSL modem, just like.
No, we got to get him another sound effect. Anything else with those?
And that's all I could do.
Okay. It's the heretic.
I guess I could move to right here at that point. Then that's about it. But yeah, that's my turn.
So the heretic in the room, he's gonna just throw down the stub revolver and pull out what looks to be a rusty hatchet, and he's gonna charge you, Phalos.
Sounds about right.
So he's gonna move right up into your shit, and gets a +20 to his weapon skill as the charge. And he's also going to do an all-out attack.
I think you can only do an
Only do
all-out
one?
attack. Yeah, it's either.
Oh, that's a
charging
full
or an
action. You're
all-out
right.
Attack. Yeah.
Okay, he still gets the +20. So dodging and parrying, these are skills that you guys have. You are allowed to try and do these when you are about to take damage to completely negate the damage. Parry can only be used, obviously, against a melee weapon and only if you have something you can parry with. Dodge, however, you can use whenever. So you can make a dodge check.
I would love to make a dodge check.
It's going to be minus. You do have dodge as a skill?
I do not.
It's going to be minus 20.
And that
Next
would be-
skill to buy, guys. Dodge.
I assume. So I got to beat a 14.
I feel like that's how everyone's skills are going at this point.
Okay.
It's like something new is learned. Let's
You
buy
do not
skill
dodge.
points for it.
You make
Right.
to move out of the way, but he is a seasoned fighter. Or maybe he's just lucky. Who the fuck knows? But he's
I'm
going to
just
get up.
waiting. Easy to hit.
Yeah,
me.
it's pretty funny.
Funny.
What's even funnier is that he hits. So D100. 56. What area of the body is 56?
I want to say that's left leg.
Left leg.
Not sure.
56. That is right leg.
Right leg? Okay.
Oh no, wait. It's confusing. That's torso actually.
Torso.
Torso is 31 to 70.
And he gets 1d10. Only +1. Rending. So, what's your armor?
Have armor? Every area of the body says 1 on it.
Okay,
Head
so you
says
have-
AR.
You have 1 armor on your body, no armor on your head.
Okay.
And then what is your toughness bonus? It's going to be the 10s digit.
3.
3? Okay, so you actually soak all the damage.
Ah!
So as he comes in and makes this swing, he actually gets caught on a plate of your mechanical augmentation on your body. You feel the plate dent, and you do feel the wind get knocked out of you. It is extremely painful. There is a gash across your stomach, but you're not spilling your guts out on the floor.
I'll take it. The laugh is more of a wheeze, but I'm still just laughing in his face, windedly.
Okay, now it is the Fleshbent's turn.
Very positive name for a very positive enemy. I'm sure he's very nice.
6 squares.
That's
He-
9 meters.
He can make that. He's going to come out, and he's going to charge. He's going to get a plus 20 to his weapon skill. And he has a natural strength 1, a natural toughness 1, and he is going to attempt to bite you.
Oh, fuck you.
Do I have to take a fear test as he comes?
Can I dodge this?
No, you are jaded. Yes, you can attempt to dodge.
I'm not jaded.
You're not jaded?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, do the willpower. It'll be flat because you have the
thingamabobber.
Yeah.
So
What was the dodge check? Was it an agility thing?
yeah,
it's a skill you have.
I see it. Yeah. Okay.
So willpower, flat willpower, not great. Oh, a pass. What do you know? So
Okay,
not
so
pleased
you
by this
pass. You failed the dodge.
Sure did.
So I just see this thing run out like berserker, and run over
what
and
the
just bite
fuck?
the dude.
What the fuck is that?
I'm looking for its. Okay, here we go. Natural weapons. Okay. So he is going to roll to hit or attempt to hit.
Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me.
He hits.
Yep.
Area of hit 68.
Which is body.
Body. What is your armor for your body, Modius? 2. And what is your toughness?
Good question. Where's my toughness? 4.
4. Wow, so you have a 6 soak. He's going to do 1d10 plus his strength bonus. Which is... He gets the +1 because of his natural strength. So +4. So that is 11 damage. Soaked up 6, so you take 5 wounds.
Ouch.
As this thing, you said that was the chest?
Yes.
He is just going to
Body.
grab onto you with these long, spindly arms, and the jaw is going to unhinge like some sort of deep sea creature and enclose entirely around your torso. You feel the needle teeth just ripping into you. I need to check critical damage real quick.
I think you got a thing on you.
Yes, think.
I'm nibbling on you a little bit right there.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. What did you say? 5 or 6?
So you
5.
soak 6, you take 5 points.
Okay.
What are your wounds at?
8. I got 8 left.
You're a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah,
man.
you're fucking
Yeah, he rolled
party.
good. I need shit. I need to check. I need to check out critical wounds.
Man.
Oh, there is a rule for higher ground.
I have
Side
a high
note.
ground.
I figured it gave me plus
And
10.
prone.
Oh, so see, there you go. Works out perfect.
And unaware targets.
Oh.
Who knew?
Wow, I would
we're-
have got a plus 20 to it?
At this
Damn.
point, basically, if I get the chance to set up, I'm gonna hit them. Like it's
Yeah,
just gonna
basically.
happen. Like
Yeah, I
at
need
this
to
point, basically, I'm gonna kill him.
I
Unaware
definitely need to make
target.
sure you mother. Yeah. Can anyone? I'll look for it. I need to find wounds. Probably
Critical
in-
damage wounds.
Injury. Here we go.
Get a plus 10. Plus they get negatives.
Each time the
avoid.
character is dealt damage. Blah blah blah. Okay. If a character's damage ever exceeds his wounds, he begins to take critical damage.
So I'm not there yet. Critical damage is when you start actually like losing body parts.
Yeah, I'm reading over it right now.
I'll stop talking.
No, you're good, man. You're
I'm fine
totally
with it.
good. Okay. Yeah. So you're good. It hurts like a motherfucker. The thing doesn't.
Is he still
He
on
doesn't
me?
hold on. No, he doesn't
Okay.
latch on. He takes this chomp out of you, sort of basking in the horror you seem to be exuding.
Fuck this.
Not a good situation to be in, no. That is their turn. Phalos.
All right. Well, I guess first off, let's see if it's the will of the Omnissiah that I keep laughing. Yeah, it is.
Fortunately for you, the only one you can see right now is the heretic. So you have to take a standard shot at him, but he's the only one in the room.
He is firing into melee, though. I think there's detriments for firing into melee.
Also, I just double checked something. Point blank, you have to be within 2 meters of the target.
Good to know.
Short
Even for
range.
sniper?
Yeah. Pretty much it has to be, you have to be
That makes
directly on top
sense.
of somebody for
It
point
does.
blank. Short range is
So-
within pretty much your standard shooting area, and then long range is over that point. Or within your
Good to know. We will remember that. So yeah, you would be able to take a shot with the point blank addition because he's in your grill.
Okay. So that adds
Will do.
10,
Plus
20?
plus 20. If I'm not mistaken.
And
How many rounds have you shot?
2.
2. Okay, you only have a 5-round magazine.
Yeah.
Or cylinder, rather.
Hang on. Ballistic skill tests made to hit targets engaged in melee combat suffer a -20. So would this be point blank or would this be melee?
He would be firing point blank into melee. So it would be flat, actually.
Well,
Oh,
it
he
would have
works.
been
Well,
not as
that's
tame,
tricky.
Yeah.
but I do hit.
Okay, so plus 30, which means it would still be a plus 10. Okay, yeah. So it's still going to give you a bonus for firing into melee, if you're in point blank range.
I was gonna say, what's the difference? But
We'll work through it.
yeah, that's pretty tricky.
It's something we need to remember. Like, we'll make sure that we figure this out for next session.
Sure.
Which is why we're doing this. But yeah, go ahead and roll hit location.
Right, that's the thing.
D100, 39. I think that's an arm. I don't know. What's the location on that? For 39? It is the body. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
And a hand cannon does have
Damn.
2 penetration.
Okay, so that's going to take a soak down to 4. Or no, 5. 13 damage. 13 soak through 5.
So that's 8.
All right, so you, as he tears into you with this hatchet, you, just laughing maniacally still, just sort of grab onto him, shove the barrel of his hand cannon up into his chest and pull the trigger. There's a gout of blood that explodes out the back of him as he just crumples to the ground, spasms for a second or two, and just goes still.
So we now have the Joker in the party.
Nice.
Lovely.
I will
Okay.
continue moving this way.
Where are you going?
Just forward.
Just going around, hanging out.
There's nothing else
Yeah.
for me to shoot, but I'm terrified of something. So something needs to die. So I'll walk up and open the door.
Good plan. Okay.
Oh boy.
You see Lothos. It's pretty funny that he's there.
It's hilarious. The laughter gets louder, Lothos.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Modius,
I don't get
or
it.
Somebody
Yeah.
check on the priest.
yeah,
Somebody
Modius.
check on the priest.
You are
Um,
bleeding heavily.
Yeah. With the after that, I'm gonna pull open the eye and do a
Ooh,
navigator attack.
the baleful eye.
No, this is gonna be the held in my gaze, basically the effect of like a hold person kind of thing.
Okay.
Definitely within range. It's an opposed willpower check.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a fate point.
Okay. To get a plus 10.
Yes.
Okay. Let me look up his willpower. It's pretty good.
I rolled 68.
He rolled a 58. So I'm pretty sure.
Use a fate point to give you 10, so it's tied. So you get to
I
roll
already
it.
did.
He already
Oh,
used
yeah,
the
I already did. That
He already
that
used
made
the
it.
fate point.
Mm.
That bumped it up to 68.
So the effect will not. You gaze at this thing. Do you have to? You have to unveil your eye for that, right?
Yep.
So none of you see this, fortunately, as the navigator sort of lifts this cowl up over his third eye, exposing the method from which he can see into the immaterium and gazes into this thing. With
to
your
double
third
check.
eye, yes.
With a contested, because adding a +10 would have raised his target from 40 to 50.
I added that.
No, but your roll was
That wasn't
68.
the target. Yeah, that was
My question is,
68. It should be 58.
Yeah,
It didn't switch it. I rolled a
Okay.
68, so adding the 10 should have been 58.
Yeah, it
right?
added it to the target because it was expecting
we
a 9.
tied?
Yeah, you guys would have tied with that.
Yeah.
That's what I was. So maybe roll again.
I actually added that into the roll, but it didn't adjust the roll. It's just
Yeah, just change the
100
target.
versus 68. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I see.
So you guys would have technically tied.
If that's that work on contested rolls, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, I
They're
don't.
both frozen. It's a staring contest now. Who blinks first?
They
Roll
both
toughness.
turned to
We'll just
stone.
say
Can't
since
leave them
both
there.
of you failed, it cancels out. But
The
since both of
contestants you can't
but-
fail. They're going against each other.
Okay, we'll reroll.
Or like roll a d10 and see whoever gets
No,
higher
we'll
or
just
whatever.
we'll
on
just
d10.
reroll.
Well, that'll do it.
So you are engaged for a brief moment in this staring contest as you begin to pluck the threads of the warp from around this creature, willing time, space, and the materium itself to solidify and hold this thing. It lets out a grunt. Blood still pouring from its maw where it bit into you and just is staring. What are the effects of this power?
If successful, the target is locked and it remains as long as I don't use any other powers. If it wants to use a psychic power, it has to make another check. Is it a demon?
It's not a demon, it's just a mutant.
Okay, then that's it. It just locks it
For how long until it
until I stop.
can it overcome it, or is it just stuck now permanently?
It's as far as I can tell. It's
It
just stuck.
would be the effects of locked. He could probably do a test on his turn, much like the fear. Locked is not a thing in 2EDH.
Oh yeah, that was the Rogue Trader.
That
thing,
was Rogue Trader Gen 1. So we'll say he is. Would you like him to be stunned? Would that work?
Sure. Whatever makes sense for this. I guess I could have brought it up, but that's the
Okay.
intent.
No. Yeah.
I gather it as a kind of concentration kind of thing, because as long as I don't use another power, something remains.
I just wonder if like he has to
As
have
in,
power.
yeah,
I'm looking through some effects right now to make sure it is good still, because I don't want it to
Sure.
be useless.
or
We'll
broken.
give him stunned, so he may not take any action or reaction. But he is not helpless or unaware. Actually, yeah, that sounds good. He's not helpless or unaware. Ballistic skills and weapon checks against the stun character gain +20. And you guys have him held. We'll say he'll do. We'll do a contested willpower each round. So when he tries to break through, he's going to essentially be fighting against your will, since it's sort of
So I'm still staring at him,
concentrated- Yeah, it's a
literally, yeah.
concentrated, sustained thing.
Okay.
So it's going to pin you, but it's going to pin him as well.
It's gonna be dangerous fighting with you if that eye is always out.
Well, I mean, it's focused only on him. It's not like it's just like this blaring thing. That's the other
Ah.
one. If the other one's out, then yeah, then we gotta
Okay.
stay
Got it.
calm. And I'm also gonna with that move back a bit too. There,
Okay.
we'll call
Yeah.
it that as a turn.
That's fine. Sounds good. All right.
An
Yeah.
intense
So
staring contest.
for those of you watching, Modius is not a typical acolyte for Dark Heresy. He is a transferred and modified version of the first edition Rogue Trader Navigator. So Navigators aren't psychers; they're mutants. They have their own special set of skills and abilities given to them by their third eye. So we are implementing these into the game and trying to blend them around and level them out. So bear with us. We're going to be working on it. But that concludes your turn as you sort of open your eye and stare at this mutant. And it's just held there, shaking with rage and hunger, staring at you. The tail is still twitching and flicking around, kind of like a cat ready to pounce, but the rest of it seems to be just shaking in a superhuman effort to break free.
As I'm walking back, if I can, through the beads, I've got this thing stunned in place. Somebody stop it! As I'm like holding my guts back into my stomach still, probably.
Oh yeah.
That shit fucking hurt.
Yeah, you are bleeding heavily. You will need to seek medical attention after this. Barbosa, you are perched up on the roof. You hear just sort of grunt and shriek of this thing as it's held by the eye, but you didn't really see what's going on since you're prone. You couldn't really see over the lip to your left. But what would you like to do?
Yeah, basically what I want to do is stand up and kind of like, would I have to move? Because the squares are kind of wonky. Like if I move,
you would still be on the roof of the building.
Yeah, so like if I went, do I have to move to be able to see him, or would I just have to like stand up and look to my left? Because if I move one square down,
given the elevation, you would have to move.
Okay, so I'm
just
gonna
because
like
you're basically still having to point directly down to hit this thing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move like half of my movement or whatever, like 3 meters, whatever, and then or 4 meters from me,
Whatever.
and then move to the edge of the building, and then just like look straight down at him, and then I'm going to just try and basically plug a hole in the back of his
You
head.
will get the point blank because you're basically touching the barrel of the sniper rifle to this thing's head at this range.
Okay.
Hi there, buddy.
So gear.
You passed your fear test though, so you're just seeing this thing as just the filth of the and this is what the Ordo Hereticus does. You guys hunt the mutant and the unclean and purge them from the Imperium, as is your holy duty. It really hasn't dawned on you up until now. Like there's been the rush and fire of combat, but as you're slowly just getting this thing's head in your sights, just the feeling of peace and purpose flows through you.
Then I'm gonna get plus 10 for being up top, and then it's stunned, so I get plus 20, so that's gonna be plus 30.
Plus 50 total because of point, or plus
Isn't it
60
plus
because of
60?
point blank.
Yeah, I calculate that stuff in. So,
Well, you hit.
and then that's what 3 degrees of success.
4. No, 3. You're right. 3.
So I only get to roll 2d10.
Okay.
For the damage plus 4.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, and then so it'd be 13 damage with pen 3.
13 pin 3. Okay, 1 sec.
And then let me roll for where I hit.
So his soak. 59.
So I think I
that's
hit him in the body.
Okay. He has unnatural toughness, so his toughness modifier becomes 4, and his body armor is 5. So that is a soak of 9.
Jeez.
Wow.
So he's gonna take.
Well, hang on, because I do pin 3.
Pin 3. Okay, you're right. So that would be a total soak of 7. So 7 plus 4 is 11.
You
will
9,
do
right? So it'd be 6. How much is it? How much armor does he have?
He has 5 armor.
5 armor, so 2 armor.
He has
and
5
then
armor,
plus
5 toughness for a soak of
6. So then 5 armor, 5.
Minus 3 for the pin, down to 7 soak. I was reading the wrong character sheet.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
So soak 7 from your 13 gets him to 6 points of damage. As the round sort of takes a pretty big chunk out of this thing, but not enough to drop it. It does seem like it should shriek out in pain, and as the blood splatters out of it and splashes against the walls of this sort of compound, you see the metal start to pocket and smoke and begin to be eaten away by this viscous blood that is pumping out its thing. This grass and foliage on the ground too is smoking and melting. Probably not best to touch this thing's blood.
I'm gonna after doing that, I'm then going to use quick draw to pull my backup auto pistol out, and then I'm ambidextrous and have 2 weapon fighter, so I'm just gonna dump a full auto clip down on top of it as well.
Okay.
So
Full auto, I believe, is a penalty.
Yeah. So no aim. It's point blank.
The auto pistol
It's a
automatically
minus
gets,
10
inaccurate.
ballistic skill.
Yeah, full auto. And then it's like each degree of success is a hit, I think.
Yes.
And then I'm going to
what
get
is
plus-
your ROF or DOS or not? Yeah, your
Oh,
ROF
6.
for the 6 for full auto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, which is your maximum number of hits, right?
Yeah, that's how many bullets you're shooting.
Yeah. So, and then I'm going to get the plus 10 for being above him, and then so plus 30 because he's stunned.
Okay, and then it's the minus 10 for the full auto.
Fucking hell.
Wow.
What is? Oh my goodness.
You sit.
Then like
Oh my
explodes
God.
in my hand, like
We're done.
fucking.
Yeah,
Don't like
as
Fucking-
you stand up to try and finish this thing off, you pull the trigger, and maybe it's the warp, maybe it's the rain, maybe it's the moisture. The firing pin skips, and the top half of the pistol, the auto pistol, explodes, sending shrapnel peppering your body. You take
Do I lose an eye?
2 points of rending damage. No soak.
Does no?
To your-
Okay, no. So
Yeah, no soak to your face. Give me a toughness check.
Any bonuses?
No.
Just flat. Okay. I have pretty good toughness, so.
You are not blinded.
Just have some cool new scars.
Yeah,
Got it.
so the peppering hits around your eyes, but miraculously, none of it
Well-
actually hits your eyeballs.
No, man. Look at my character picture. I got sunglasses on, man. The sunglasses save me.
Eye pro. Emperor bless. Okay, your pistol is destroyed. It's gone.
Bubble.
You guys are just gonna hear like a, and then it just fucking hell.
Hey, I got an extra pistol here.
Heavily bleeding, Navigator says.
That'll be my
Alright.
turn.
Okay, Lothos.
Luce is gonna step to the side, so he has pretty much a line of sight on this guy, and he's just gonna shoot at that point. So that would be a total of a plus 30.
Okay.
And let's see if there's anything else. No aim.
That's like your third 100 this night, dude.
I know. I'm.
It's nuts.
Was it his third or his fourth? No, he got I think 2 that were like almost 100.
It's been a bad night.
Barbosa's not a lucky man.
He's not dead, so pretty lucky. Oh,
Oh, you just hit.
oh, that was close.
Go ahead and roll location.
Yep.
Headshot.
Pretty sure that's the head.
Headshot.
Yeah, go ahead and do
That is a
damage.
headshot. I'm going to use my assassin ability and spend a fate point and gain an additional damage die to this.
Okay,
The last fate die.
it's a good
9.
use.
And that would be 10 plus 4.
12. Okay,
12 with pen.
and what's your pen?
Pen is 3.
And 3? Okay, so he's going to absorb 7 out of the 12, leaving 5. So another shot rings out in this area. This one leaving a furrow in this thing's flesh on its face. There's another splash of blood peppering the rocks and foliage behind it that all go up in this acrid, pungent smoke. It's still alive, and as you've torn out the side of its face, you see these rows of needle-sharp teeth stretching back farther and farther and farther, almost like up into its skull, passing into what is still lying beneath the flesh, but you're not even sure if the flesh is covering what it's displaying anymore.
Man, you could make a really cool club with his skull.
That's heretical as shit.
I'm sorry, that's just my thoughts. It's like just fucking. But yeah,
I'm not the craziest one here anymore.
I'm not the crazy. No, don't worry. That's just Spaz talking.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, right.
anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. It is its turn. It's going to try and break free. So contested willpower. He's not going to succeed probably.
Well, no. Let's see. Roll.
Yeah.
Maybe
You
never
got to
know.
roll, but yeah. So he is still pinned. He's not going to do anything. He can't do anything. as you all are taking pot shots at this thing, as it's fighting against your your innate mutant abilities to affect the minds and body of people, you hear, Modius, a rustle in the bushes behind you. And the familiar to you, as you've been in many places where sort of nice imperial jackboots have stepped before, you've been around their site, you hear the clacking footsteps of someone approaching. For a brief second, you turn and see a man. He is about 6 feet tall, wearing a peaked sort of officer's cap with an aquila and skull on the bridge. He's carrying a plasma pistol in one hand and what looks to be some sort of very elegant, beautifully rendered saber in the other. And he is just marching forward with an air of pure, unbridled disgust. Like, the look on his face could make your bowels evacuate if you turned that on. He's staring at the mutant. And you hear him muttering to himself an incantation or cant of the temple that you recognize. And he raises this ancient plasma pistol, and you hear the archaeotech secrets in it whirring into power.
Right as all that burrs up, all my eyes are going closed.
But any of us have even seen a plasma pistol before?
Phalos might have. Lothos may have. Yeah, Phalos and Lothos would have. Lothos would be because the Inquisitor has one. His is nicer than this one, though.
Still an impressive weapon.
Okay, he is just going to stand there and take a shot. And as he pulls the trigger, there is a blinding light, as though a star is born at the muzzle of this gun. And this almost slow moving, you could track it with your eyes. It's still too fast to dodge, but still visible. Just looks ball of pure plasma is launched out of this thing at the creature. He has hatred, mutants, so I think he gets a +10.
That's not good for me.
Don't
You're
get on his
next.
backside.
Yeah, right.
While I'm looking this
Like
up,
I closed my eyes.
Close.
All three of them.
Phalos, you see this too. You can go
Uh-oh.
ahead and give me a Imperial Guard check.
We lost you for a little bit, or at least I did, Dylan.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, if you want to, you can do an Imperial Guard check.
Why does his name sound so familiar?
Yeah.
No fucking clue.
No, you have no idea who or what this thing is that has come into you with a pistol of the gods and shot a sun at a mutant. But
Yeah, that's the way to get rid of the mutant is shoot a
Commissar Justinius is going to make a shot.
Commissar, huh?
He will shoot you in the back of the head.
That's like 90% of his job.
Commissars are modeled after Polish commanders during World War I who, when people would refuse to go up over the line and charge out of the trenches, they would literally go and shoot people in the back of the head to get everybody else to go. So that's
I will say they have changed the lore on Commissars a lot. They are a lot more human than they used to be. They are still, they still will do that. They still will execute someone at the slightest fraction, but the plasma is going to hit. He rolls a 20, so he gets 5 degrees of success. And his plasma pistol, his archaeotech.
About to fuck some shit up.
He's a boy.
Fucking mutant's gonna turn into a pile of goop.
He does, okay, 1d6, and it has the maximal trait. So he will fire it on maximal mode as well. So this adds 10 meters to range, 1d10 to damage, and a +2 to pin. I don't think he has the blast quality, which is good for you guys. Because he doesn't really give a shit you're here.
Oblige.
So he is going to roll 2d6, pin 8.
Pen 8. Jeez.
What?
Or 2d10, pin 8.
I was about to say 2d6. Wow.
2d10, +6, so 19, pin 8. Yeah. He takes one more shot, and the plasma splashes this thing and completely just disintegrates one of the legs. It falls to the ground screaming in pain, and as he steps closer to you, Modius, you felt pain and fear and all of this insanity happening so far, but as he sort of steps next to you, you feel him put a hand on your shoulder. He goes, just looks to you, goes, "You have done well, acolytes. But now it is time to end this heresy. Finish it off."
Are we in narrative time now?
No, that's the end of his turn. It is Phalos' turn. Phalos, you see a juicy-looking navigator and a juicier-looking Imperial Commissar.
Well, I was already seeing that it was my team left, going to burn a fate point to add +10 to make this slightly more tenable, but it's still not great odds. So let's see if I can beat a 29. Nope.
It's going to be one.
Flip a coin.
I'm gonna roll.
Mind the tech priest.
D100. If it's below 51, it's the Commissar. If it's above 51, it's Modius.
Is it still afraid?
This is going to be great.
Wait, you got to roll your willpower. Do your willpower. Oh no,
I
He did.
That was his willpower.
He rolled 81.
Even though the thing just got like.
It was
he
nice
has
knowing you.
I
to
know.
snap out of it. It's not like
Some
a vision based
bitch.
like it is in D&D. Until you overcome this like mental trauma of what you have seen, it affects you.
Somebody smack him.
So go ahead and take a shot at the Commissar.
Oh, fucking shit.
He's not in his right mind.
Is that just flat ballistics?
It's going to be flat ballistics for you.
Then that is a miss.
Okay.
Thank God.
The round still whips past the Commissar, and you see his head just flick to you.
It's not his fault.
His
Wait, no, it's a
thumb,
standard.
his thumb that is holding the action, or holding the cutlass, flips a toggle, and a power field crackles along the edge of this cutlass. And he just is glaring at you, and you see him mutter, "Heretic."
Yeah, it's not great for me.
Goodbye, Phalos. It was nice knowing you.
You're still laughing, too, and that's part of the problem.
Oh no.
So the round whips past his head. He turns and just sees you standing there laughing with this smoking gun in your hands. He's just,
Yeah.
he's worse than the demon.
He's worse than anything in the city, I feel.
He's one of the worst things in this city.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, nice
anything
turn.
else, Velos?
Because I've been moving every turn. I just don't know where.
You don't
I
have
run
to. You don't have to move if you don't want to.
Run away.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just gonna hang out.
Oh yeah.
face death with honor.
Modius. This thing looks almost dead. Like you could finish it very easily.
All right, I'm gonna try and show off for the big guy. I'll come over with my shock whip.
Oh,
Oh,
Excuse me.
showing off.
you want to charge it? Give you a +20 to your weapon skill?
Of course I do.
I figured you would.
Huh.
Yeah, go ahead and make that attack.
Oh wait. This is a. Do I have to aim for it?
No, it is a melee weapon attack. So you're going to use your weapon skill. It's going to be +20 because of the charge. It's going to be, I think, -10 because it's prone. If I'm not
It is
mistaken.
prone,
I think
He
it's
did.
only against ballistic skill. I think on
Only against. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Actually, go ahead and take another +10 because it's prone. So that'd be plus. Yeah. So
That works good.
you reach out with this crackling electro whip. Some of you may have never seen these things before. They're extremely rare, and seen as they're an interesting weapon. They're used by slavers, Arbites, Inquisitors, everyone. But they're a very brutal weapon. And you just begin lashing this thing over and over and over again with this whip, flaying the flesh from its body. Every lash, every strip of flesh you rip off, every gout of blood slowly calms this panic and fear that you've been feeling. And even the voice in your head seems to subside and quiet. And the entire time, though, you feel the gaze of the commissar watching over you approvingly, looking back, no blood on you because it would melt your flesh. The exertion and sweat pouring down your face, you see a thin smile appear across his face.
It's probably my own blood.
It might be your own blood. But you do manage to kill it. Do you all try to explain to the commissar what is happening to our good friend Phalos before he disintegrates him?
How
I've been
many of
saying
us
that since
actually
the get-go.
know- How do we
I was just
know
gonna
what's
say,
wrong with him?
Does anyone know?
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel
think
like
what's
only
going on.
one
Go
person.
ahead,
think
go
I
ahead.
do.
Go ahead and do another willpower check. And go ahead and do +20 because it's dead.
Well, let's go ahead and call this important enough to burn my final fate point to make that a +30, making this a 59. Yeah.
My guy. Okay.
I feel like the game is tired of us getting good rolls.
Um,
This is like the combination of the last 3 sessions coming back at
So
us.
we're gonna drop out of the initiative, and as you finish off this mutant Modius, you see the commissar slowly begin stalking towards Phalos, power sword crackling. There's a large venting cloud from this plasma pistol. It's almost, you can almost feel the heat from where you are, Modius. This thing it's obviously not a very fast firing weapon. It's something made for a one and done. But as he's approaching, he's just going to kick aside the bit of heretic left and say to you, I am Commissar Justinius Marax, and by order of the Grand Imperium of Man, I will see you dead, heretic. And he will raise his sword to slash, and that's where we're going to end the session.
All right.
No!
Okay, I may or may not have to prepare a backup character just in case. Cover my bases.
Wouldn't hurt.
All right. Thank you to everyone watching. I hope you guys
Oh,
enjoyed
man.
the show. It was a little more action-packed. I think this grid combat's working a lot better. We still want to blend the two to do the stuff kind of like with the Imperial Guardsmen before, where they were still taking damage in a situation with the possibility of wounding and damage and bad things still happening and blending with this. I think this was really cool.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Our Inquisitors are our acolytes. Let's not fucking get ahead of ourselves.
Yet.
Our acolytes are really close
Acolytes.
to getting to the spine and hopefully finding Lady Janita Brigio, as is their main objective. That's going to end us for us tonight. Hopefully next week we are going to be streaming. We're going to be live. We're going to be on Twitch. It's going to be a mess. We're going to have
It's gonna be
fun.
amazing.
What a moment to share with the people
That's
live.
I know. What can you think of a better moment to start the streaming with the weak wounded tech priest with a fucking Imperial commissar with a goddamn power sword standing over you? I can't think of a better one. I hope you guys can't think of one too.
Hey
Hell
guys, bring
no.
popcorn next week for the execution. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Also introducing Joe's new character.
Joe's new
Awesome.
character, the not squishy arbiter in full power
with jaded
with jaded and a flame.
Right up.
and resistance, just everything, and anti-fear all the way.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you next week. This has been Dark Heresy Whispers of the Eye. I have been Dylan. I've been your game master. We will see you guys next week. Until then, thank you.
Cheers.
Auf Wiedersehen.